I want a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich.
Do you know how to do an intro to a stream, Dave?
Isn't it just start rambling and see what happens?
Bosh. Hello, everyone.
Stream complete. Well done. Let's go.
It's gone, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another whatever this is. Oh, it's not worth a cork now, isn't it?
Not worth. Cthulhu and friend. Not worth a cork. Screw top of best show.
Yes. Hope you're all well. Those who do eventually join, do say hello so we can haze you and be nice, of course. We are as polite as we can be. We are well fed and partially watered. We've had a very productive day today. Do hope you have also had a nice day. Dave knows. He does. He always knows. He always knows. Hi, Yempi.
Hello, Yumpy.
Hi, Lurker. Hope you're well. We are doing what has been dubbed the audience participation stream, but this is a strange one because I forgot to put our community post, so there's not as much to work on there. But I think there is an opportunity for us to discuss what might not be here that perhaps people should have put here, or maybe didn't think to put here. And what I mean is, we have our own lists, and we'll have some images for that later. But I think there are whiskies that people would ordinarily put on there, and perhaps even discuss ones that are ordinary. I said that lot. That are typically in a bar. Hello, Chavy Quacker Ducker. Hope you're well.
Yeah, an appropriate name you have on Discord this week. You do chavs and ducks and pucks.
I think hers is just loves anal. So we are going to be doing audience participation because we thought it'd be a nice break from us raiding our collections, our stash. We've done that already. Is the gold gone, by the way?
Maybe.
We may have had some Johnny Walker Gold Label Centenary. It's absolutely. I was going to save that for a stream audio now.
Oh,
no, we got the whole bottle. It's fine. We'll just open that instead.
Yeah.
Bosh.
We barbecue dish with it.
And what we're going to do with that bottle? You're right. Send it.
It's definitely going to be sent.
Yes. Hi, Leona. Hope you're all right. But yeah, we're going to do this because it's interesting for those who participated, see what people suggest. And it gives us a chance to bully some of you for saying things that we fundamentally disagree with.
Yeah.
But we haven't got there yet. Don't you worry, folks. We will get to it.
Thankfully, she's here as well. So this is good.
That's good, because then the bullying will be well and truly complete.
Yeah.
The thumbnail, we thought we'd talk about that first, actually include 5 standard whiskies. But being the dickheads that we are, we decided to change it. And we got cute with it as well. Yeah. So Bushmills standard isn't in a fancy box like that, in a cork top. No, it's actually the standard is a screw top. Most Irish whiskey standards are, to be honest. Next is a Crown Royal, but it's not the standard. It's a limited edition barley edition. The next one is a Talisker. Talisker is a standard. That is a 2022 Diageo special release. And the final
11-year-old as well, not just a 10-year-old.
Wait,
whiskey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Monetized. And the fourth one, hello Brian, hope you're well. The fourth one is a Tamnavulin, but it's in a Gordon MacPhail Tamnavulin limited edition set. Limited number of those bottles, by the way. The final one is a standard Glenfiddich 12.
Which, as you can see by the helpfully artful photo, is most definitely only a screw top.
Proof on the screen now. It's a screw top at best. Because they have changed it. It's actually a cork now. Well, they changed it, didn't they? They changed the bottle. They changed the bottle design, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't like the old design. I like the new one. It looks nice. And I do think at some
You're just
point
saying that because that also fits in your cabinet.
they're a bit taller actually. I can't fit them in the tubes.
No, actually, to be fair, the
Well, the
14,
IQ
15, you've got to do better.
Yeah, well, the 14's it's not the rich oak. It's floral bourbon reserve. It's actually quite nice. The IPA shorter northern, which we are going to do a Glenfiddich stream, by the way, folks.
Yeah, we will have that at some point in the future. But yeah, all of these whiskies were listed by people who responded to the posts Meg put out. But yeah, we just made them suitably more pretentious. Sorry, Yampy. Not Yampy Plumpy even.
Yeah, sorry, she was making a whirring noise behind me, and I wanted to make sure. I've just changed the mic settings. If they don't sound great, do apologise, folks. We're on... what?
Could be that.
My computer is quite loud.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, we are still in the phase of sorting this microphone out, and we're having issues with it, okay? I'm still struggling. But I did get a message today. My Yeti is being repaired, and I've paid for it. It's cost me £35. So if you want to help me pay that, get the money back, coffee.com/TheRealMegon9873. And if you want to support our alcoholism, my Amazon wishlist, where I have a proposal. You're going to like this proposal. For every 2 bottles off my wishlist purchased, Dave gets to choose one of them. He looks really happy.
Well, do you mean I get to choose one of them? So I get to have one?
If two get bought and they arrive, you can pick which one you want to keep.
Ooh. That's a suggestion I can get behind.
Yeah, seems fair. I've got 7 already. You can get fucked. But yes, welcome, Michael. Sorry, Michael. Hope you're well. Hope everyone is well. But yeah, we want to talk about these whiskies as well because we have some good stories for each of them. Well, some of them. But also some of these do, to an extent, feature on the lists. And there aren't many lists. To be fair, there wasn't much engagement, really, was there?
There's a few people that responded, but we got a lot of very similar responses.
Yes, and Leona, I believe, very kindly cropped all the relevant images to help us put this together. We were a bit pressed for time today, sadly, because I have been doing building work all day. I finished a wall, I put 4 solar panels on my roof, which all work now, thank God for that.
Yes.
We had a barbecue. We had next door over. It was great fun, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once everyone...
Once all the introverts decided, we should probably go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was outside,
which is weird
in the garden where the barbecue is happening.
Typically, I'm not necessarily introverted, but I'm probably the one that's not normally there.
Yeah.
I normally vanish. This time, I was there the whole time.
You were.
I was there. I had a Nerf gun in hand, yo-yos as well, which aren't here. I don't know where they are actually.
Yellow one went back in your cabin.
I think I put the other 2 on the bed on the couch. But yes, looking forward to the info on the whiskey. Glad you are, because we are too.
We could really have fun with that.
I think with that suggestion, I'm just going to quickly. The owner is running interference to try and help me with this microphone.
Yes.
I'm not on a shock mount. I could put it on it, but I don't want to.
It's on a rubbery mat.
It's on a I'm trying my best to. Yeah, but I need to use my keyboard sadly. So.
Yeah, we've moved the mic and things as well.
We've got it on the omnidirectional setting as well because I wanted to make sure Dave could be heard. So do tell me in the chat if you can hear David when he now speaks for a moment.
Hello chat, hope you're all well. Please do let us know how A, nasally I sound, and B, how loud I sound. Preferably B is better than A, but you know, as long as you can hear me.
Yes, of course. I know what you did. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know Morse code? The rest of the stream will be conducted in Morse code just to really, really screw with Leona.
Can I do it in Braille instead? I'll read Braille. Oh my god. Right, no. This is a big derailment. Big derailment. You can hear him. That's all that matters to me because we had it rightfully in previous streams. Dave is a lot quieter. His voice is to be fair. When I'm streaming, I project my voice because I know that this is what I do. Dave doesn't. He doesn't have to, so he's not used to it. You don't like whiskey boas. Do love you? Oh well, I appreciate that. As long as this new mic is, not ruining your interest in my voice, it's fine. Sounds like an adult on Snoopy.
Don't know what that is, but okay.
Snoopy the dog?
Maybe.
I'll deal with you later. You
say
say that. You say you deal. You don't do shit. So anyway, right. I'm gonna before we go into Discord, where all the images are, we're going to perhaps talk about these whiskies first. Bushmills, I bought the Stat 16 in January because I couldn't get what I intended to get, which would have been a third 21-year-old whiskey. But that's fine. It's a port finished, which will be in a port finished stream in the future, probably 2024 now.
Yes.
Because I think we'll do Tamna or Fiddick. We can do the experimental Fiddicks. I've got two of them. I've got IPA and I've got the 1450. We can do that.
Could be the stream where David drinks the Fiddick.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, I could even get you to maybe put your finger in the 12 on the mic, turn the dial down 2 notches and see what happens. Very well. I have done that. I hope that helps in some manner. You'll make me uncomfortable. You forget I'm streaming and your ears can't handle what I do. Next on the list is Crown
What other
Royal.
things of yours?
Now, Crown Royal was a stream whiskey on Twitch for me. But no offense to the standard Crown Royal, unless Tim's watching, in which case, get wrecked, bitch. But the standard Crown Royal is bland and kind of boring. It was a litre. It was an absolute mission to finish.
Smooth.
Yeah, but it was just, it was like White and Mackay to me. It was like, there's nothing here to it. It's just an easy shot, isn't it? That, though, is not the standard. It's barley edition, that's limited edition, and I'm not opening it because I don't want to. And demonetized. Yeah, no. There we go, that's better. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Leona.
The next one's Talisker. We have great memories of Talisker. Thank you, Kaylee. Keely? I don't know if the T's silent or not. Yeah, please let me know. I do appreciate that. Talisker 10 is the standard. We love it. We have done. We never, honestly. What I do now, I didn't at first when I first got it on my 25th birthday, my third ever birthday whiskey. And this, I traded with Dave for something I knew he wanted, which was the Singleton 2022 release 15.
2022 or 20? Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, because 2023 is going to be the Chardonnay de Bourgogne.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a red wine cask finish that we had I had a 20 CL of, and we finished that. We're like, no, we're having that. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yes, Leona, I know I smell. I was barbecuing for like 2 hours. There was lots of smoke.
And just to be clear here, who made fire?
Yes, Meg made the fire because it's a charcoal barbecue and I don't do making fire on charcoal. And then I got blamed for the fire not working when he was in charge of the fire.
Fam, that fire worked when I got it going.
It did, yeah.
To be fair, it was going just before the fire.
It was partly my fault it didn't start going because I didn't realise the bag was there before I would hose down the barbecue.
To be fair, that's fine. But the thing with the barbecue, and just to segue for a second before we get back to the whiskies, it was actually, when you went to get the fire lights, it did start light, it was actually getting hot. So when I put them on, I just did my thing.
It just went...
Oh yeah, I got that temp right up.
Yeah.
And his hands were very crispy. Next on the list there you see on the screen, Gordon MacPhail. That's not the whiskey we're talking about though, it's the Tamnavulin. It is a cask strength, is apparently the original recipe for Tamnavulin. And it's cask strength, and that means it's a Glenlivet Tamnavulin, not a very sweet Tamnavulin, which is the standard Tamnavulin. And yes, one day we will do a entirely wine cask finished Tamna stream, because I have all 5 of them. And we've had the Spanish Grenache a couple of times. We like that. We haven't really lost on that yet. Another notch, huh?
That's what she said. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. The final one, Glenfiddich. So Glenfiddich 12 there is an old bottle. It's actually been refilled. It was actually just over half empty. And it hadn't been drunk in about 10 years, actually, because it was a birthday whiskey. It's my second one. I bought it when I was 24. And the bottle I've always kept. It's very old. It's very boring. It's an all right whiskey, to be fair. But it's not. Dave doesn't like it. Now, I'd like Dave to explain. Dave has explained this, but Dave actually has a Fiddick 12 as well. So, would you like to explain that to the class?
Yeah, so basically, I just didn't find it very nice. But my friends, because they knew I was starting to get into whiskey for my 18th birthday. Yeah, 18th was the house party. 18th birthday.
It was a graduation gift.
Bought me. No, this was.
Oh, my mistake.
They bought me a special edition bottle of Glenfiddich 12, thinking that this would be really nice. It's a nice whiskey. Dave likes his whiskey. So I was really happy to receive a nice bottle. But yeah, I had to be like, yeah, this is awesome. Thank you very much. No, it's a good one. I won't open it now.
It's the kid who opens the present. It's an avocado and goes, oh, thanks.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm on the punch. I don't want to mix that with whiskey.
Oh, you don't mix your drinks.
But yeah, but I'd had it a couple of times. Dad used to drink Glenfiddich, so I'd had it with Dad, and
That explains a lot.
yeah, I just didn't get on with it. It just didn't taste right. It didn't.
Your dad still drink Fiddick?
He hasn't for a while, to be fair.
He was on Arbala for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Is he on anything now, or?
Actually, he's
again, or?
currently on the Aldi
Glenmarnock.
Glenmarnock Highland.
Oh, my dad likes the space side because I got him that for Father's Day. He's quite fond of. Well, he had a bottle of it.
Yeah.
He destroyed that. He was very fond of it. 15 years ago, I mean, maybe. But the thing with Dave's Glenfiddich,
17.
first of all, it's not a standard container. It's a leather one, isn't it? Leatherette.
Leverett, yeah.
It's also not a full bottle.
No, it's
a half. 35 cl.
No, it's a 50, not a 75.
50?
Yeah. I think. Or is it 35?
35's half.
I think it's a 35.
It's not 75 by the way to fill. It's 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine. I had a so 2 years ago, I was given for my birthday. Dave bought me a bottle. It was a Bunnahabhain Strada because Auchentoshan was before that. Yeah, Bunnahabhain, and that was 36. Yeah, 36. So I got given also a Glenfiddich. No, it was the year before that, 35. I was given Bunnahabhain by you. That was my birthday whiskey. But then, because my sister bought me a bottle of Lamb's rum, really nice. I've got it still, actually, it's delicious. But also got me a half bottle of Glenfiddich 12, and I was like, well, Bunnahabhain 12 or a half bottle of Glenfiddich 12, and I have a full bottle that's half empty that I could just pour this in and erase this bottle's existence.
Yeah.
I think I worked it out. It took a moment.
Yeah.
And where does the Glenfiddich you have reside in your cabinet?
It doesn't.
Why not, Dave?
It is not in my cabinet, my backup cabinet, or my cabinet of collectibles.
What about in your home?
It's not in my home.
Why is it, Dave? And
When I moved, I left it in my parents' garage.
Why, Dave?
Intentionally.
Why, Dave?
Because
I hope your friends see this.
I didn't want to put it in my collection.
Okay, so where it's there. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad
It
you
still
got that.
exists. It's
I'm
still
glad you-
there.
I mean, you can play the game here and say, "Where's yours, Meg?"
Yeah, but I know yours is a Well, I know you have a bottle of Fiddick 12 in your cabinet.
Well, not right now. I don't. It's right
Well,
there.
no, this is true.
I actually brought it into the room. I thought we could talk about it because the bottle is really old. It's the very old Special Reserves design.
Yeah.
What do you think about Lefroy? Oh, we'll get to that soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll talk about that soon. Don't you worry, fam. Mine resides in my cabinet, but mine resides in the dark. Not the Lefroy. The Glenfiddich Special Reserve, aged 12 years, which I'm reading from the bottle. Mine is right at the back in the corner behind literally everything. Not because I hate it, but because I don't really drink it. It even has on the side of its bottle written 24th birthday whiskey. Right there. Yeah, in gold and in black because I wrote it twice. Once recently because I couldn't see the black on the green glass. Unless it showed me its teeth. But yeah, it's
a grant.
That's not surprising. It's a family-owned thing, though, isn't it? Okay, so what we'll do, we're gonna answer the question here from the chat.
She's sent us tech support tips. We'll
I'm
look
not
at
doing that
those. We'll look at those later, Leona. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you guys think about Lefroy? Now, Lefroy to me is my favourite Isla. I think Lefroy affordable, quality, never failed, consistent. Dave.
Lefroy has the magical ability to summon people into existence in a room.
It does. Oddly enough, it's a person I wanted to ask about the Anarch.
Yes, Lefroy is that good. It can physically summon people from somewhere else to you.
At least 15, 20 metres away.
Yeah.
And with 3 to 4 rooms and a set of stairs between you. Lefroy, Lefroy always exists in my cabinet. Previously it was Lefroy Select, and that's a bottle of Lefroy 10. Dave has Quarter
cask. Yes.
Is that still the same one, though?
It is.
You don't drink enough, though. You need to drink more. You need to get a bottle of Law.
Yeah,
it's a step. It's a step up, though. Dave
I finished the medicine bottle of that one.
Yeah, so when we joined the Whisky Club, you get 10 cl samples in medicine bottles, and thank you.
We 30.
Is that the one that's in the book?
That might be the one in the book.
One of the Hunter books. They look, or is it the one in the wood? No, it's the wooden.
The book isn't here.
No. Some of the Lefroy's do them inside a book.
Yes.
And I think the 30s actually in the
Ian
wooden.
Hunter
No,
ones or
the
something.
30s in the wooden chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Glenford class.
Somebody Hunter ones, the ones.
Yeah,
books.
Hunter books. Yeah, Ian Hunt. Paul Hunt.
I want to say Ian Hunter, but Paul Hunter was the snooker player.
Ian Hunter.
Ian Hunter, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we do like Lefroy, and Lefroy. When I was in Norwich last weekend, I did go up to the 10 and the 16 they had. I was so tempted. I could have as well. I had money left over. What a waste. All I had to do was ask you to bring it.
Yeah.
And then I would have seen you licking them. But it wouldn't be the outside, you'd be licking it with the inside. Give me more. It comes in a few different ways. I've seen books and boxes. Oh, cool. I actually wouldn't mind a Lefroy 30. Oddly enough, I have said to Dave that because he's got a 35-year-old whiskey, I would very much like to get a whiskey in the 30s, but I will do what he won't do, and I will open it. Because I've got collectibles. I've got a Game of Thrones collection that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
I've got one more to get, and we're golden. But that's not what the stream's about. But to answer your question, Lefroy, we love Lefroy. Straight up, we do. We use, and actually, what did we do in Lefroy recently?
For 200. I don't know where you're based, but as a Lefroy 15, $200. I don't know if that's
Actually, it's not a standard bottle though. 10 and 16 are.
Yeah.
The 15s are the Cadillac, isn't it?
True.
So actually, that would make sense for it being a bit pricey. Also, you got to remember here, if it's $10, it's being imported, which means markup price.
Possibly, yeah.
So there are others. Hi, Hyper Bumfuzz. I hope you're well. You did join at a quality moment. Right.
It's almost like we opened Lefroy and summoned you here.
Indeed. What did we do with a bottle of Lefroy for a number of months?
Meat.
So what Dave means by that is we used it because it's an idea I had, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was our
steak whiskey. We would pour a shot, a double, onto each of our ribeyes, and we'd marinate it in that. And it was good.
Yes.
Our current steak whiskey is nowhere near as potent, but just as delicious. And don't worry, Dave's going to pour a glass now because I want some.
Or a glass.
A shot glass, yes.
Say.
We are this evening because obviously we're not. Oh, it's a screw top. Oh no! Okay.
Oh!
Bit loud, Mike. No.
That's fine.
Right.
Just
a quick thing before Dave does this. We changed the screw top on this because we believe this is worthy of a cork.
Yes, we've already gone away from our not worth a cork. We've gone you are now worth a cork.
Yes, and we picked one. I think was it. Oh. It's not tight enough. Hang on, just pop a different one. That'll do.
It's a bit squidgy.
Oh, the Tullamore might do it better. It's alright, Dave's going to try again and give us a satisfying sound. Oh, you're getting it tonight. It's a nice whiskey, you will like it.
Smells good.
Yes, so we are drinking Johnny Walker Black Label, which is our current steak whiskey actually, but Dave brought a spare bottle down, and that will become the replacement. But Johnny Walker Black and I, Dave, we all have a very good relationship with it. And we're going to start off strong by doing a shot before we start drinking. Like proper, not like sipping. You up for a shot, Dave?
Probably not a double. I might have a little bit of it first.
Okay.
Because that's actually a double shot.
Okay, well, once you're done, let me know. I'll wait. Don't worry, I've got time. I don't cut corners here with that. It is a really nice, satisfying sound, isn't it? Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to go to Discord. Is it this? No, it's this one. Right, here we are. As you can see, we have a little image here. Leona's picked the first one. She wrote Tullamore. Now, Tullamore is a good whiskey. We have it on my stream whiskey set. It's the Tullamore 12, which I believe is also Leona's one of her favourites. I have had the standard and the rum cask. And you had the standard.
Yes, I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, but you've had some with me.
Yes.
And you've had the rum
I've had a
cask.
sample of the rum cask.
Yeah,
actually, I might not have actually had that sample yet. I've got it.
No, you've had it from me with the stream whiskies.
Okay, yeah, you gave me a sample to take
Yeah.
home. I don't think I've had that one.
Yeah, we've had some. It's very nice. Rum cask is growing on me quite nicely.
Oh, thank you very much, Leona. We really appreciate your efforts and abandoning your family, but, we're far more important, so it's good that you did. Otherwise, there would have been punishment.
The words of David are reflective of the words of Omegon. But anyway.
And as a farewell gift, oh, Leona.
So, Tullamore Dew, as it is more commonly known, is an Irish whiskey. It is standard whiskey and the rum cask. And a few others actually are screw tops. The cider cask as well, which is underrated. Cider cask is incredibly sweet, appley as well, beautiful. The Tullamore 12, which is my current stream whiskey, is a cork top. Irish whiskey standard is screw top, and I think it's because it's part of the process. Also cork availability, blah 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 blah, and they want to make their age statements seem more special. Jameson's decided, since they only have 18 as an age statement and up, they decided to put cork on everything but the standard.
Apparently it's just fire night everywhere.
Who's that? Oh, sweet. Cool.
The scouts.
Fair enough. Anyway, so Leona chose Tullamore. What does Dave think of Tullamore as an Irish whiskey?
Well, I mean, like most Irish whiskies, it's very smooth, goes down very nicely.
There's only one we've encountered that sucked.
I'm intrigued to see what the different varieties they do are. The rum cask obviously was very nice.
Cider cask I've got in the cabin.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one else does cider cask. They're the only ones. That's why I commented on their Instagram. And I was so because I want to try and drive the interest in our Not Worth the Cork Instagram, I thought, yeah, I see whiskey with no E, I click. Well, it's interesting you say that because Tullamore is Irish and therefore it is with an E on it.
I can in fact confirm that by looking at a bottle of Tullamore where it says Whisky.
It's about respecting the Scottish tradition. Hello, Bunny Blackwell.
Yes, in their case.
I just realised it was you. How are you doing? Yeah, it's a fantastic entry, I think. We won't give a crap for that. Mr. Bay of Dave, though, went, since Black and Jameson's have been raised, I'll go Penderyn. Now, we're not going to stick to this one. We're not US based. Have you heard of Angel's Envy? I've got a bottle, and Whistle Pig. I've heard of it. It's actually on a suggestion here. We'll get to it soon. But I have a bottle of Angel's Envy, which is a American finished in port pipes, and I've had a couple of glasses. I'm quite fond of it. I found it because of a Star Trek podcast called The Shuttlepod Show. I'm quite fond of it, but we're not going to look at Dave's here because we'll get to that later.
Yeah, so for reference, when I put that, someone had already suggested Johnny Walker Black, and
now,
someone had suggested
I'd like you to prepare your best bollocking. Tempe, Jack Daniels, because the
Varum! Varum!
What is it? Is that German?
Why?
Boys always need a mixer. They aren't ready to enjoy a whiskey on its own. It's been a while, Bunny. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. But yeah, we're not US based. We're both British. We're both in Kent at the moment. Well, yeah, he's visiting. But yeah, we Angel's Envy I've got. Dave hasn't tried it. I have. I bought it in January from the whiskey shop, and I was very happy because I honestly very excited. I bought that with the Bushmills to make up for the fact I couldn't get the 21 I wanted or the Talisker 18, but then I ended up spending more and could have just got the Talisker 18 anyway, which would have been awesome, wouldn't it? Bottle of Standard Angels. Oh, cool. Rye finish is where it's at, though. Oh, I may have to look into if we can get it in the UK. I may have to try it. But I do like the Standard, and the Standard Angels Envy will feature in a port finish whiskey stream in the future in early 2024, I think. But yes, Yempi here writes Jack Daniels. What is the problem with Jack Daniels featuring on a whiskey list, Dave?
No, that would have got us demonetised.
Indoor voice. Indoor voice.
It is not a whiskey.
And like I said, indoor voice, and he still didn't shout into the mic. He made it look like he was. Bushmill. Oh, Bush 21. Is Bush? Do you mean Bushmills 21? If you do, that's awesome. Tom will do a smooth though. It's my birthday bottle, even though I know it shows I'm hardly a. But Dave got a bottle of Tullamore for his birthday last year. He got like 8. He's got a few. Nothing wrong with that. Why? Because it's true. The boys aren't able to enjoy a proper whiskey. Then it sounds a whole lot like a them problem, and they need to man up. Or since I know Bunny's not a bloke, I believe, they need to human up, species up. And yeah, Bushmills. I've got Bushmills 10 and 16. I'd love to get the 21, but it's quite pricey. That's also a port finish as well.
Yempi, du bist doof.
You just Google Translate.
No, not for that word.
Okay.
Translate a different word, but
I only know like one word. Scheiße.
yeah. So.
I know Schnitzel, Sieg. I'm not saying the rest of that. Eins, zwei, drei, sieben, sechs, 7, 8, 9, 10.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so we can count, but not sound. We're not very good. I didn't German in school because it turns out I didn't want to speak the language of losers.
Guten Abend, Yempi. Wie geht's?
Du bist doof.
Nein, das ist falsch. Ich bin nicht doof.
Okay, this is an English stream, and I'll suffer less of this. So, Yempi, you made a minor error. The error is that Jack Daniels is not a whiskey. It has the word whiskey on it, but it's actually a bourbon. Was it sour mash?
It's Tennessee sour mash bourbon.
Yeah, they like
Or
to mix
Kentucky
shit.
sour mash bourbon. Which
Tennessee, isn't it?
Tennessee, yeah.
Different states.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
whatever. Yeah,
I
but
have.
it's sour mash
So I
bourbon.
would say now, because you've written Jack Daniels, you've not specified which. So now we can actually say, there might be one that qualifies, because you have single barrel, which is simply called Tennessee whiskey. That might qualify. Nobody here is a jelly donut. You say that, but I think Yempi's being an absolute jelly donut. I have a bottle of something very interesting. Is there somewhere I can send you guys pictures?
Speaking of donuts, we have donuts left for later.
Sweet. Twitter, we have Not Worth a Cork, or you can at me on Twitter and I'll see it eventually.
Or if you're on the Discord, please do post in the galley.
If you're a member or a patron, yes, do that. But yeah, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel is probably the earliest entry that can be close, but it's not actually a whiskey still. It's very close to the process, but it's not.
Sinatra Select.
It's very high end, but I think it's as close as they get. But Gentleman Jack is also quite good, and that there are some versions that do exist that do get close, but really Jack Daniel's can never be considered a whiskey, because no offense to Americans, but a lot of them do skirt the line between bourbon, and that does sometimes make it very difficult. But that's a very American cuisine thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Where it's an amalgamation of things to make something different, and when you then have debates with like purists, they'll say, well, it can't be a whiskey then because
To be fair, bourbon does have a very important place in whiskey. It gives us
barrels,
very good
yeah.
barrels to make actual whiskey in.
that's a bit elitist. I'll allow it. Right, next on the list, Officer Viking, one of my mods, Cliffo, the guy from the south of France.
Denmark.
Says Talisker 10-year. Agreed.
Yeah,
Banging whiskey.
no arguments here.
We've been absolutely battered on that stuff, and somehow done inflated the bed with it. In fact.
Yeah, sat up in airbed and
Yeah, and woke up 4 hours later, hung over the shit, and then started drinking again.
had to get on a minibus to drive to Scotland.
You then went to sleep hard, and I carried on watching Scrubs. I was the only one awake, by the way. Beyond the driver.
Surprising, yeah.
The driver looks. My dad looks, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Is he still awake?" He watched me come downstairs with all the empty bottles, and he's like, "Had fun last night." And I'm like, opens bin. Yes, you're late. The man who stole the shadows, calling Jack Daniels as it is insults me. Hang on. Calling Jack Daniels as it is insults me none. I'm glad. I'm not obviously going to take shots at Jack Daniels per se. It is a very. It's.
I feel like that last comment is not going to get us monetised.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Sorry,
I
we
know
won't
that's
read
why I
that
try to get
out,
the buys. Try something proper. Proper 12 then. Do that. Something simple. Proper job. Next on the list, Banny wrote 2 here. Jameson.
Yeah,
Banger.
no argument here.
Yep. And Kayo whiskey. Now I've not had that.
No, it.
Japanese Mizunara oak.
He
I know
drinks
that's
it quite a lot. Well, I say quite a lot. When he can, he gets bottles of it.
Yeah.
Mizunara is quite high end. It's a bit fiddly to work with because it allows a higher proportion of the whiskey to evaporate as the angels share. So you do have to be more careful about the process with using it. But apparently it imparts quite a good flavour. I don't think we've ever actually had anything with Mizunara in. But Banny rates that one very highly, and I do have it on my Master Malt wish list to get at some point because, I trust the werewolf. He is the wise elder, after all.
Keep talking.
Meg is currently Googling something, so...
I'm trying to find out what that's done in. It's a blend, but I want to know what's in it.
okay, yes. Meg is currently looking to see what is in the Nika.
12.
The Nika 12, because that is a Japanese one, which is from... Not sure if it's the same distillery, but...
Nika Distillery. Kayo is probably part of Suntory.
might be. There's only about three distillery companies in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we both agree with option 1, the Jamesons, and option 2, we will have to say we don't know.
Yeah.
But based on our history of experience with Japanese whiskies, very few of them have been bad.
Honestly, we have agreed that the higher, like the more limited ones, you can tell there's a massive improvement in quality. There is no indication of what the casks are for it. Which is a shame, really, because it is a fantastic whiskey, and I have 3 bottles of it. Keep bells in the house to make cough syrup. Aha! Even the worst has medicinal. I mean, there are some others you should try then. Pogues, and if you want a really expensive cough medicine, Johnny Walker Platinum. It's the only mistake. Well, red's a mixer, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it a
red is
mistake. But they made blonde as well, so you could get rid of red then, shouldn't they? I would
Possibly,
say
yes.
that that's the only real mistake they've made, and getting rid of the original recipe for the green. But I do think the new one's fine. It's all right. I had a bottle of that a couple of years back. It was fine. Yeah, it was good. Tagged you in a post. Didn't see. It's because I had to shut them down because people are dickheads. Okay, I'll go to Twitter and I will have a look quickly.
We're also on Instagram as Not Worth a Cork if you want to post photos. I don't know if you can post photos to other people's Instagrams, but we have an Instagram. If
I haven't got any alerts telling me, so do forgive me on that. Right. Okay. So this is an interesting one though because as Dave mentioned, we've not tried it, but I would like to definitely try it. Next on the list.
I'm going to put you out of your misery.
Oh,
So I just didn't want to do a double.
swag.
Down the hatch.
That's what I'm talking about.
So Meg did a double of Johnny Walker Black. I did about
Double.
One and a half.
Where's it gone?
gone.
I don't see it. Oh, I'm missing it already. Johnny Walker Black is a fantastic whiskey, and I will literally annihilate it.
Yeah, Family Guy, Ladies Man, shot glasses.
I've never used them.
I
Literally.
just opened the drawer and they were the first ones I came to.
I got so many shot glasses over the years for Christmas and I've never used them. Thank you for linking our Instagram. Please do follow us there. I actually had an idea for a
As
photo.
you can tell, we're that important that she's gone back to her family and come back to us because she loves us more.
We're a better family.
And if her family are listening, suck it.
I was thinking we should take one of the bottles to the woods and take a photo. A little adventure day out if we had time tomorrow.
Well, we better take protection detail.
If we have time, of course.
Yes.
If we have time, bring a sword. But yes, anyway,
take it to
next.
the beach.
So I wrote here on Twitter to all my whiskey followers, and it's been archived, but we have the
Oh,
answers.
we just missed one. You put it on the screen and then we didn't talk about it.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay. Bridgeland Distillery Tabor Corn Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Bourbon.
Jameson, but we'll ignore, I don't know what Bridgeland is. Jameson
That's how he spells his surname.
is number 2. Well, firstly, Jameson's is never number 2. Jameson is never even a number 1. It's glorious.
Always there.
Good side piece. No one can break up 3. So, we say that fisting. What? Jameson though is a
What?
fantastic whiskey. We all agree, and we'll get to more of that later. But we this is we didn't get much engagement on Discord basically because my server is a dickhead and people don't like replying to me.
What you should have done is put glitter in it. Every response gets glitter.
And then
bombs
underneath go,
from the
well,
owner.
I've got you here.
Yeah.
I'm also a Nigerian prince.
That's what we'll have to do next time. We want a response on Discord. So every
Yeah.
time someone responds, we'll throw glitter at the owner.
So we have a tweet I put out. It says, to all the whiskey drinkers that follow me, I have a question. What one whiskey or whiskey must always be on standby for consumption? For me, it has to be Johnny Walker Black Label, but Glenmorangie 10-year-old is a close second. Answer below, include reason, thank you. Now, I'm being very polite. I do think I'm just going to justify this. Johnny Walker Black Label has to always be there. And in my room, is there, beyond those 2 there, ignoring those, is there a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label in my room?
Yes.
It's limited edition. I do actually want to open it and use it as a refill. There's actually 3 bottles in my room, though.
There are currently, yes.
There are currently 3 bottles.
One of which is mine, but there are...
Technically, both are. 2 of them, because you bought that as well.
Fair.
So, technically, I have 1 bottle in my room. Dave has 1.5 bottles. But the other half will be destroyed soon, don't you worry. We've got you, bro. Bridgeland, a small distillery, Calgary. I don't know much about Canadian whiskey. We've got JP Weiser, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And I've got Crown Royal.
Wisers, yes.
We need to try more. I would like to try some. You mentioned Canadian Club is absolute ass, I remember.
Yeah, Yempi, that might have been another option, but you lot
Slanty.
on the server would have gone way too out of control with that one.
Shanty. I like that. We should say that more. It's a YOLO swag fam. I like our own little catch. Well, mine really isn't it. You don't really say much, do you?
No, I don't tend to shot as much as you.
I don't shoot much. I only do it when I'm doing the streams and not even full shots. In a bitch. 12 must keep up tradition. To be fair, you do have a 12, yeah.
Yeah.
She does like plum, good something that reminds her of a nice, decent set of plums in her mouth.
That guy's called Jew.
DEW, DEW. I don't want to be demonetized. Don't be a dickhead. Dave does actually want to try that, by the way. He's looking at it like, I need to find out. I mean, you can have a glass if you want. I was thinking,
Also sherry.
do you want a glass of that?
All right, we can do the Johnny Black.
Because I mean, you can have a glass. I don't mind. Have a little sniff. There's another shot one up there. You can have a little sniff to it.
You know what, we have a few days.
You Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah.
Do it tomorrow, Monday. We're doing
Yeah.
tea links tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll put it up Monday, Tuesday with Twitch. We will make the Twitch.
But we do
audience-
need to open. We need to try the Arbor Hour at least.
Yes, we will make the Twitch audience select these ones.
Oi.
They'll
Okay,
have no
so
choice.
the replies to my tweet. I didn't get many, but we've got some to go through. Bushmills, the reason it's my favourite, simple as that. Pastor of Muppets, nothing wrong with that. I like Bushmills. I think the standard, the standard Bushmills isn't as good as the Jamesons, but I think it might be marginally better than Tullamore. Standard, that is. I think the Bushmills 10, because it's an age statement, it sits above most of the next ones for Jameson because Jamesons don't do an age statement to 18.
It's fine. Canada's part of the Commonwealth. We can send between the two countries. We're part of a civilized world here.
Yeah, we conquered you first. I think that Tullamore sits also because of that. Tullamore 12 sits above most of the Jamesons I have, except for the single pot still. But the same applies to Bushmills as well with their 10, because single pot still Jamesons is just Amazon exclusive and it's absolutely delicious. We had a glass of that. That was ridiculously smooth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We have to have another glass. Maybe we'll do a Jameson's day.
One day, yeah, we need to do that just so you can have the one that I've had that you haven't.
Oh, God. For those who don't know, a couple of years ago, my youngest sister bought me a bottle of Jameson's 18 for Christmas. Now, thing is, they did me a little bit dirty here. They tricked me. Because originally one of the bottles was inside a Glenfiddich thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You weren't there for that. I opened the parcel and they were looking all excited. I looked and I was like, Glenfiddich 12? And I was like, thanks. Like the avocado kit.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or mango or something.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it was. The meme. Everyone knows it, yeah? And hello, Michael. Hope you're well. And I hope you're enjoying Starfield. Put our heads together and figure out a way to send you a select from Bridgeland Distillery. I hope we can work it out. Not a huge Bushmills fan, but the Peaky Blinders. You can't say you're not a huge fan if you've got that.
Yeah.
Don't you try.
You're not a huge fan. You've just got a limited edition one that we can't get over here.
Yeah, that's why she likes it more.
Yeah.
She's like, I can lick this and you'll never lick it. She's like, I'm licking the shaft and everything, and I've got these plums in my mouth and everything. Whatever. But yeah, what we talking about? Oh, the 18 my sister gave me. So I'd opened one of these parcels. They were really excited, and I saw the Glenfiddich 12, and I was like, thanks. Oh, no, open it. Okay, opens. It's a bottle of Nika 12. I'm opening this one. Obviously, a year later, I win another bottle.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, mate. And then they passed me another parcel with a wooden box.
Yeah, they asked me for recommendations, and I said any one of these three would be very.
That was my birthday.
Like.
That was my birthday.
And that's when you got Nika 12.
Yeah, but on my birthday, you did the same thing, and they gave me 4.
Yeah, was that the one where I hid one as well? I swapped it out of the packaging.
I don't know.
The empty box.
It might have been. No, that was the parcel I bought. And you took it away, and I was actually going to message like, the company, like, where's my... It was Master and Malt as well.
Yeah. He said I could get the parcel if it came and I could open it, so I did. And I removed the whiskey and then
Post on your Twitter. You should go on our Twitter and post it. Do you even log into it?
I don't know. I don't know if I've got the login for that Twitter.
I DM'd it to you, you donut. Anyway, yeah. So
No, I've only
my
got the
sister
Instagram.
to get to I gave you the same password. Same password.
I don't know what that is.
Password 1234. You know, pound. Anyway, yeah. So I opened another one. It was a wooden box. The wooden box was Jameson's 18. I haven't touched it. The thing is, it's not because I don't want to. I promise you, it's not. It's just I forgot about it. But then one day I said, "Would you like a drink, Dave?" And he's like, oh, "I'd love to try that Jameson's 18." And I was like, "All right then, sweet, done." I want to be buried with. Oh. Your family won't waste it. Well, I'm very sorry your family won't waste it. I felt the same way about being buried with a bottle of Bunahav and Tokachagar. Because I think it would be an absolute... Dave, you absolute donut, Yempi says.
Shut up, Yempi.
I think the parcel was like...
Yeah, I've just found it. If it's the same as...
Yes, that
yeah.
one. Yeah, that one. I was going to say it on air, then I realised it wasn't Meg, it was the other one.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, Jameson's 18, I actually have. So we could do a Jameson stream because I have all but the IPA cask edition because I finished it. I need to get another one. Although to be fair, I have about 6 or 7 different bottles, so it would be an absolutely banging stream. Just an FYI, if people are interested, we do think instead of the port cask finish stream we had planned, the next one will either be a hello Criffbo, Dave is Bay, and Meg is Silly. Apparently, Criffbo wants to get in your pants.
It's apparently the wrong password.
What?
Hey, Crispo.
All right. I don't know what to say. Maybe I put it in wrong.
That's the username, right? On Twitter.
I don't know. Ask the owner. It's written. Let me scroll up for you. Hang on. Not worth a cork. It's open. Oh, just opened. At not worth a cork. No caps. We have 6 followers, followed by Dr.
Yeah, there we go. I got it.
Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, where were we? Yeah. So the next stream might actually be a Glenfiddich stream or a Tamnavulin stream because we last month was Dave's collections essentially, Glenlivet and mostly yours because you have a Founders Reserve, don't you?
I do. That is
Oh, nearly.
Phoenix. Interesting.
There's a Tullamore Phoenix. I want to get. It's collectible. It's smoky apparently. Yeah, the it would either be Glenfiddich or Tamna because last 2 streams have been Dave's collections, and the Pandaren one was amazing, and it was even funnier when we found out after the stream. And I'll share this on air. My dad was listening. Now
and his partner.
Yes. Who threw incredible shade at Dave. He deserved it for dabbing on with his education. You absolute twat. Who dabs with their education? They thought you were pissed because of that. Like, what is wrong with you? You weren't even buzzed, and you were dabbing on them with your education. It was very funny because my dad messaged me after the stream, and I'll tell you what, because my dad, you won't mind. I'm not playing. There's no audio for this one. I will read the message because it's funny. I did apologise to him. He said after the stream, my dad wrote, "Love to meet up with David's dad. We could discuss our idiot offspring." And I was like, "Oh, that's just bravo."
Yeah.
Bravo, Dad. Well done.
Yeah, he said that to me when he came around. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to speak to your dad. I'm going to meet your dad. And we're gonna...
Yeah. You're doing great. It's that instead, yeah? Sweet.
I assumed we were just drinking this.
Yeah. Where's the rest? Don't stint on the Johnny Walker Black with me. Please. I'll wait for you, don't worry. But yes, yes, you need still, you're good. But yes, my dad saw the stream. That made me very happy, by the way, because we're just dickheads.
Later, Crispo. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We've read your suggestion. We agree with you. Blended, I have attended many, but the smoke gatherings, I understand that. I do like some smoky and peated whiskies. I will admit I do tend to lean towards smoother sherry casked finishes. The rum cask though have knocked my socks off a lot. I tried the Glen Scotia at the whiskey shop. I'd love to. I've got the bottle. I want to open it at some point, but I don't have a reason to right now because I've got a lot of open bottles and
rum cask. Or we could do rum and port as a combined if we're struggling for.
I've got a few rum casks.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, one. But yes, anyway.
2 actually. You have one earlier.
Sasha wrote here, Highland Park.
On the subject of peat and smoke, yes, nice segue to Highland Park.
Highland Park. What do you think of Highland Park, Dave?
I mean, I like it. I have 3 bottles. We've demolished a 4th of one of yours.
I have 4, including the other one. I have so Highland Park for me is kind of boring.
You haven't had it for a while, had you?
There's a thing for that. The reason why is because I wanted to buy a birthday whiskey. I live in Norwich.
Yeah.
There's a co-op at the end of Coleman Road. Is it Coleman? The one that runs up past the the one opposite to the one parallel to Ivory.
The avenues.
Avenues, that's it. End of the avenues. There was a co-op that ran on the Coleman
on the main road where the Chinese.
That one. Yeah. There was a new co-op there, and they had Highland Park standard in there, 10 or 12, whatever it was. Yeah, the really old-fashioned looking
12,
one.
12, I think, is the standard.
Right, well, I've got that one. I've got it because I got it in the corner shop, right? But I thought they were boring. I was going to get it as birthday whiskey when I left Norwich, and I just didn't because I had no money. I couldn't do it. In fact, I think you bought me a birthday whiskey that year because it was a horrible year.
Yeah.
But the I've always found the standard I avoided it because it just looked so boring. And then I bought a Highland Park that was on my wish list as a January treat, sorry. And it was the single greatest purchase I think I've ever made. It became so good and so well respected and appreciated by myself and Dave on steak nights.
Yeah.
Brother-in-law, friend of the family had a glass.
Yeah.
My dad didn't touch it. But no, it's not his thing.
No, he
It's-
wasn't here, to be fair.
to be fair, but I don't think he would because it's smoked, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a smoky one.
And we definitely wouldn't let him mix it with lemonade.
It's not. The smoky would ruin the lemonade anyway. But the it's called Highland Park 15.
Hi, Meg's dad. Just in case you're
Hi,
listening.
Dad. Highland Park 15 Fire Edition. Now, Highland Park 15 Fire Edition, it looks like a volcano. The wooden frame that it is housed in is black wood. It's based on Norse mythology. Mine is Muspelheim, and it's based on the fire region for Surta, i.e. the Ragnarok. Yes, that thing. And the fire giant. That's it. And it was amazing. It cost £160, 150 I paid. It's up to, now it gets cost about 100. You can still buy it though. You can still get a bottle of it. And I want another one. I'll buy all of them. I will. Because honestly, it's great.
I do want one.
Yeah, you do. You need it though, because many months later, Dave then, after much rigmarole, and we'll get to that in a second, I also had the standard 10 and Dragon Legend, which was a Monster Dumpling donated to me to buy a bottle when I bought that. Dragon Legend. So I have Viking Tribe or something, the 10.
You have Viking Trial or Viking Blood, the 10.
Yeah, I have the standard 12. And I have the Viking Legend and the 15.
I have the Dragon one.
Yeah.
I have the 12 Dragon and the...
Do you have the 12 standard as well then?
Yeah.
So we both have standard.
Yeah.
So what's the third one you have, Dave, and how do you get it?
So I have the Eye is Comfy Now. Well, we can soon change that, Leona. Oh no, hang on. Meg,
Yes?
how do you like your fish eggs?
My So, I don't mind him, to be honest. Deep breath. So, Dave has a rather nice... Dave, though...
Anyway, returning to the subject.
He one-ups my Highland Park Fire Edition, because mine was bought on Amazon. Would you like to tell what you've got? It's part of a series, by the way. It's 2.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't an intentional one-upping. It was just I bought the other one of the 2-part series.
Which is based on Niflheim.
Which is the Highland Park Ice Edition. Now,
which is amazing.
That wasn't really available anywhere here, but
No, it
I've
isn't.
used a place in the Netherlands before to import a bottle of Johnny Walker, which was a very reasonable price. I got it for about half of the price of what it retails for in the UK.
Yeah.
So the ice I got a pretty good deal on, to be fair. Mm-hmm. Or so I thought.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Have you actually paid for that yet?
No.
Oh my god, it gets even better.
So for anyone listening from the HMRC, Revenue and Customs and UK whatever important duties.
This is all a fictional story.
It was all FedEx's fault.
It's a fictional story.
Yes, I have screenshots to prove it. Basically, yes, I spent about £180 on this bottle of whiskey. Then factoring in the fact that I would have to pay import duty on top, which would make it about £240. Which was still about £100 less than you could get it for in the UK.
Yeah,
a couple of
still
places
pricey
selling
though,
it.
isn't it?
I ordered it.
Yep.
It was shipped.
Yep.
I paid the relevant payments to the shipper. They dealt with everything.
Yep.
And then I got an email from FedEx.
Yep.
FedEx had decided that they were going to put it through their own import customs process, and a £200 bottle of whiskey, they were going to charge me £1,200 of import, excise and duty fees. And I was like,
Thanks for being here, Bunny. It was great
No.
to see you again, by the way. Honestly, it's great. Lovely to see you. Genuinely. Hope to see you again soon, okay?
So I rang them, and of course you can't ring them and speak to anyone because, you know, customer service. So I emailed, I complained on their Twitter and on anything I could find, and someone came back to me to say that they'd already paid the import duty, So I would have to ring and speak to a certain number to get it cancelled. I rang, I spoke to the certain number and told them that no circumstances was I paying that import fee. If they were going to try and charge me that, I would refuse the delivery. They put a note to say it would be refused and cancelled, and that they would send it back. 2 days later, while I was at work, I apparently signed for said delivery at home.
Had you?
Apparently so. My door became sentient and signed for it.
Did it?
So yes, I ended up with the bottle of whiskey and immediately rang these people back and went, "Yo, you've delivered the thing I told you to cancel. I ain't paying the import fees. What are you going to do about it?" And like, well, you have to pay it. You've accepted delivery. It's like, I was at work. I can prove it. I didn't accept anything. What are you going to do about it? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you could send it back at your expense. Like, no. Like, oh, well, but you need to pay the import fees. And I was like, no.
No, you
Would
didn't.
you like?
sign for
I
it.
literally had to tell them what the import fees were because I spoke to someone at HMRC to clarify the exact import category this fell into according to the UK government, and I would use their calculator to work out the exact amount of import duty and taxes.
Right.
When I told FedEx this, they became very panicky. I was like, oh no, but no, it has to be this. But no, I was like, no, I will pay this much, or you will come and collect the parcel and you will take it back. And I emailed the supplier to say, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to cancel this because of the import fees they've levied. It will be being sent back to you. And they were like, well, that's stupid. Let me see what we can do. So they challenged it with FedEx as well. And eventually they put the thing into review, and to this day it is still in review, so I've still paid no import duty on it.
That's all right, because it was a banging whiskey. We did a stream on it on this. I did a stream of it on this
We
channel.
did, yes. Fire and Ice.
Yeah, Fire and Ice stream. I think it was like the third stream we did here.
I'm sure the owner will stop spazzing out in a moment to be able to link
I
it
can't
to us.
imagine why.
No.
Cool. But yeah, the Highland Park we do like. I do think that the old bottle designs were really lame, and
Well, I mean, everything's really lame compared to Fire and Ice.
well, yeah, but then they went down the Norse mythology route. I think it actually works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland to this day is still brutal enough that they could pass as weak tea Vikings. Mm-hmm. They're just angry gingers, though. We have one in the chat. It's probably the only person typing in our chat that do. You know what I want, Meg? Give it to me.
Oh, moist. Ah, Daddy. Leona, I can smell you.
Caviar. Right. Get in the VC so I
well,
can curse you out. No. Next on
We're
the
in the
list.
VC.
We go, other than the corn bourbon, we have everything so far. This is an achievable stream. Okay, Dave, I see what you're doing there. Okay, next on the list, Woodford Reserve.
Yeah, that was a general comment about the stream, not a
Yeah.
situation.
Woodford Reserve is all right, but it's also an American bourbon. They're higher end. Their double oak is apparently quite nice and incredibly popular. They also do a cask strength that's quite popular, but cask strength is growing in popularity. Next, Glenfiddich. Claire, by the way, I like Claire. She's been around for a long time. Mama Cat, Glenfiddich. My paternal family all come from Speyside. Can't fault that because
And yet you picked Glenfiddich. Two different takes on that.
name your favourite region of Scotch.
Well, I can probably name several different Speysides, but
Yeah. Would you name name 10 of them? Name ones that come to mind immediately.
I don't know.
Speysides
I
you
can
like.
never remember which ones fit in which region.
Do you want me to name 3 Speysides for you?
Go on.
Singleton,
Yeah.
Mortlack,
Yeah.
Balvenie. You like
Oh,
them?
yeah, Balveni's a Speyside, isn't it? Yeah.
Fun fact about all 3. They're all from Dufftown.
Well, that's Singleton's Dufftown. Yeah.
Mortlack is as well.
Oh, is it?
Beast of Dufftown.
Ah, okay.
And
We
Balvenie
used-
is
yeah.
too. There you go.
I can never remember what's the Speyside. It's one of those things.
Well, on over there,
Avalar, obviously.
Avalar's the only one,
Yeah.
and it says it quite clearly on
Yeah.
the one. Well, actually, no, technically, there's 5
the
Speysides.
Morangi is as well, isn't it?
No, it's a Highland. There are 5 Speysides over
But
there.
this one of those ones that sits in between, right on the edge of the two, isn't it? That people class as different things.
No, I'll help you here.
That one.
Let me help you. That's an Irish. Let me help you. Ready? Glenfiddich's a Speyside.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker Black is as well, and there's 3 bottles of it. And there's also a Glenlivet up there. That's a Speyside.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That's a Highland. Yes.
I know distilleries. I can never remember what region.
The very, very sort of mid-whelm of of Keith is, it's just because it's not it's just lacking in the finish. It's not sloppy. It's just a bit. I don't know. It's just not. It's like it just doesn't know how to swallow.
Yempi says that was vile. I'll do it again.
I mean,
if you pay us, Yempi, we will.
If someone donates, yeah, of course.
Please feel free to visit the coffee link.
It's upscaled slightly, JD. Woodford, I had it in a decanter in my cabin. And like my Glenlivet Caribbean, some dickhead went in there. You know who? It was the young one, the blonde one.
Dopey.
And he turned the tap and took the thing off again.
Oh, not Dopey.
That's why the decanter is
Bulldozer.
that's why the decanter is on top of my cabinet now, not used. I think I'll put it in my office eventually. Yeah. And then just lock the door when I'm not in there.
The juggernaut, as it's probably called.
Until he runs into me and I spear him into the ground. Anyway.
Me and his dad were talking earlier about what's likely to be a result of the kids, and my suggestion with him was head first into a plate glass window. The dad quite happily agreed with that statement.
Weirdly, when I was a kid, my sisters and I, one of us did actually do that.
I did as well.
Which one of us was it, do you think? You think the one's in there?
Yeah.
It was her. It actually was. It actually was. Couldn't go to hospital. I was in my room laughing my head off. Anyway,
one of the times her nose went.
Let's carry on. Got to be worth swallow. It's not like a cork. If it's not worth a cork, it's probably not worth a swallow.
This is true.
And
speaking of swallowing, shall we down the hatch?
Oh, absolutely.
YOLO.
Swag
Johnny Black Flam.
No. What?
Swag Johnny Black Flam. All right, Johnny Black.
Swag Johnny Black Black Flam. Yes. That's number 2. Please help our alcoholism. We have a bottle of Johnny Walker Black to demolish. But yes, so far, what are these whiskies opportunity? Just to be clear here, David actually does like one Glenfiddich.
Yeah, the 15 is actually fairly decent.
No, it was the Rich Oak 14 I had. Do you remember that? It was a 14 Rich Oak. It was out of 12. We finished it when I lived in Northfields.
No, I don't remember that then.
Right, so it was in the room with the 12.
We had a sample of the 15, which I was alright with.
Yeah, to be fair, 15's in the
decent, yeah.
It's fine.
Because I've had a bit of that in my Infinity Dragon.
Yeah, it's fine. But the okay, so I'll explain. When I lived in Norwich, my last house there, I had a 12, obviously. We had the drinking night. Do you remember that?
Oh, we had many drinking nights.
Yes, but the last one, the main one, which had the Bunnahabhain Storada that wasn't Islay, it wasn't peated at all.
That was not the one I did. I broke my ankle.
No, that was when we pulled the quarter cask and thingy came down. And then we got a bottle of Arbala 10 and a bottle of Anok as well. Anok as well. And we were up to like 3-4 in the morning just drinking. Yeah. It was casual fun. None of us were pissed. We were just like drinking. It was great. But okay, I pulled out the 12, but on the table was also my Rich Oak 14, which if you find a bottle now, it's about £200. I bought that from the co-op. Now it sells.
It's amazing sometimes what you can find in shops, isn't it?
It was the only one you tried and went, actually, that's all right.
Yeah.
And you drank a decent big. I mean, it was one of my dickhead pouring glasses, like where I've gone. Are you sure you got enough? Yes, enough. You sure? Yeah, absolutely certain. All right. Oh, it's at the top.
Meg, the glass is overflowing.
It's all right.
I think you have to stop now.
Just keep licking. You're fine. But yeah, genuinely speaking, it was one of the because we finished it. It was a good. We drank it most. We drank half before. The other half was drank that night.
Yeah.
Because I had to stop because then I then went to go and drink a glass of the Fiddick 12, and I couldn't drink it. I'd had a sip and I was like, because it's just so low quality compared to everything else. I almost gagged on the Big Pete after having got a glass of Bunnahabhain Storada because it wasn't peated.
Was it the Big Pete or the Pete Monster that we had that wasn't peated?
Well, Bunnahabhain Storada wasn't peated because that's not a peated whiskey.
No, but we had the peated set, didn't we? Had one of them either Big Pete or Pete Monster.
One of them was very underwhelming and it was very annoying.
Yeah.
Because then one made me gag because it was so much. I just don't remember which. You can get them both still though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. But the Fiddick 12, I give it to a housemate, the one that has the Anok. He drank it. He was like, all right, see you, mate. I'm like, cool, I'm out. See you later, guys.
Yeah.
Did you sleep on the sofa that night?
Yeah, that's why I used to sleep on the sofa my first days.
Were you comfortable at least?
Yeah, it's quite a big sofa.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. It was good for steak night. Anyway, yeah, so Fiddick is...
Or manwich, as it was called back then.
Oh, yeah. There are some Fiddicks Dave will drink, and we'll prove it in October. My dad is big into Crown Royal, so my husband and I always have some around Peach is really nice. So that's Crown Royal peach.
Yeah.
It's more liqueur.
Yeah.
Like the vanilla, the maple. I like to try the vanilla or the maple.
Yeah.
The maple one has my attention. I wanted it before I got the standard. But it's so hard to get them now. Not in this country. Apparently, being part of the Commonwealth means...
Yeah, damn you, Canada.
I would say if you want... okay. If you want to have just a drink that people will all just drink, Crown Royal is probably the best one.
Certainly up there.
It's an easy shot.
Pretty much everyone will drink it.
Like if I put a shot of Johnny Walker Black in front of someone, some might actually choke on that because it's got a bit of punch to it.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I've shot that and I'm not tasted the thing. I'm just like, yeah, this is a shot. It's great. It's a banging shot. I love it. Please do follow us on Not Worth the Cork, by the way, folks, if you haven't already.
Yes. If
although-
you do, please do like our photos because it feels a bit sad to get 4 likes.
You're only saying that because that's what I get, and you get like 9, 10, 11.
No, my last one didn't do so well.
Although my last one got 9.
Yeah, the total.
Because I went to the beach, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I went artsy fartsy. Castle will be next. Get myself a grenadier or something.
What did you say about taking these there for a day trip? So.
No, the
Two
one
guys in
in my
one
town.
Oh.
They've got a draw.
Oh.
They've got a little wooden bridge thing and gates. I'm like,
Yeah.
stick it there on the cannon, you know, make it lick the Liberty Bell.
Yeah. To get in the cannon.
Yeah. So apple is nice, good with lemonade. So actually, I would agree. Crown Royal is probably a fantastic mixer, and that's the sort of thing I would consider. No, Dad, if you're listening, it's not your birthday present. Shut up. We are not.
No, don't get excited.
We're better than that.
Did you do the thing?
I asked him, and he said yes.
Okay. Cool.
So we'll sort it out in the near future.
Yeah.
No, that we sorted. But yeah, no, we did get you a better present than that, but it's still something you will be able to mix with, of course. Take your time. You did it. It was nice. It takes time. Yeah. I would say that. Oh, by the way, I know there aren't as many people here this evening, and that's quite all right. But we are very grateful for those who have turned up. Thank you very much. Next on the list,
Even if one of them is young.
I think all 11 are 13 are Leona actually. Tamna Vulin, and on the list here we have.
It's almost like a photo of your cabinet.
Shut up. Tamna Vulin double cask. I'd agree with that entirely. This is not the one you have. This is French Cabernet Sauvignon, and this is the white wine cask.
Yeah.
I have all of them. I actually have multiple bottles of the double cask because I was sent a bottle off my Amazon wishlist. Which, by the way, Leona will link in the chat if you are at all interested in purchasing whiskey where Dave now knows he may get a free bottle out of it. Because I think it only fair, since he put most of them there, that he get at least one of them. But 2 have to be received for him to get 1. Get
fair.
wrecked. And I will lick both of them.
And there's a 100% guarantee it will have been licked by me.
Tamna Vulin, is there one in your cabinet, Dave?
I have the double cask and I have the Spanish Grenache.
You do. How'd you
I
get the
had some of
Spanish
that the
Grenache?
other night, actually.
How'd you get that, Dave?
You gave it to me. Very kindly.
Actually,
After
you
I
gave
bought you
that,
one.
That's the one you gave me. That's the one. So basically,
Ben gave me my own whiskey back because I bought him one and he bought himself one.
Context.
So he couldn't find one.
but the context was I have all the wine cask finishes, all 5. I had 4 at the time actually. I had the sherry. I had a stand, which to be honest, I don't know why the double cask exists because the sherry cask is a sherry cask. Double cask is also a sherry cask, so it made no sense to me. But I have it, and you have 9 alts. Oh. And none of them give a good blowjob. And so I asked Dave if he can get it because he found his supermarket had it on sale. One day I went into my Sainsbury's and there was a whole massive block in the middle of as you walk into the Sainsbury's of them, and I was like, I'll buy one of those then. And then he brought one down and I was like, I've already got one. But yeah, I'll take it. More Tamna, I'm not going to complain. I think it's a whiskey that has a lot more potential, and I think if you go with the standard double cask, I don't think the potential goes above D+.
No, I have to say that having compared the double cask against the Spanish Grenache, the level of the Grenache is above the
that's
double
why
cask.
I think
The double cask
when
is a
we
bit
did
lacking.
our tier list, I think we were right to say that the Tamna sits on the potential just below C, but I think it's a D. I think it's a D+. It's so close to C, but it's like C-. It could be, but I think the where they found this, because Tamna Vulin weren't always this. They were a part of Glenlivet, and so they were a very different whiskey, and they kind of fell to the side because no one gave a crap. But the wine cask finishes have absolutely, and sherry cask finishes, but that was pioneered by Glenmorangie. I think that's absolutely put them on the market, and they sell in every supermarket. They sell for affordable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they found their niche at Hello Saki. What 5-letter word meaning wet starts with the letter M? Will donate to Super Chat or to Coffee, and you will hear the 5-letter word you are referring to. You know
I'm
the
pretty
drill.
sure it's not 5 letters when you say it.
But for 5 letters, it better be a decent dono. If you have time to watch, you have time to donate. But yes, Tamnavulin, I have in my yeah, in my cabinet, I have. Don't say it again. I have the double cask, the sherry cask. I have the double cask, the sherry cask. I have the 4 wine cask finishes, which is 4 red wines. German Pinot Noir, French Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, American Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon. Yep, and the Spanish Grenache. But I also have the white wine cask finish. Thank you. White wine cask. I have the Tamnavulin Gordon MacPhail, which is cask strength. And I also have, which hasn't been opened yet, and I really want to, aged 13 years Master of Malt made the Tamnavulin Distillery.
Yes, you do.
Please do and send it to her and send it to me for
research.
But yes, I have
science.
1, 2,
Special science.
6, 7. I have 9 bottles of Tamnavulin. 10 if you include the extra one I got sent by Pete off my Amazon wish list. I haven't seen Pete in a while. Hope you're well, Pete. I gave actually a bottle because I sent another one to my dad because I was like, I had a spare one. I thought, yeah, have a bottle. Gave him the spare Glenmorangie earlier.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, I was like,
He was happy.
yeah, he was. I was like, fam, I got like 3 bottles. Take one. It did me a favour. I was like, there we go. I only wanted the
Giraffe.
the giraffe pourer. Yeah,
Which we have somewhere here.
yeah. I like you're holding it like we're going to show it to a camera, but no one's online.
I know. I'll wave it in front of the mic.
Wave it in front of the mic. There you go. But yes, Tamnavulin belongs in a drinking cabinet. There's also a second vote for Fiddick 12 written here. Dave, what do you think of Fiddick 12 being something that should be in everyone's drinks cabinet, or at least at a bar?
Well, I mean, it's not a bar I'm going to.
Oh, you don't go to the pub, do you?
I do. They just tap their whiskey.
Well, to be fair, Fiddick 12 is always there, though, isn't it?
Not always, to be fair. Some of the bars, it doesn't say.
Fam, how middle class are you?
Yes.
There we go. At least he's honest. Yeah, Peteosaurus, I miss him too. I really do.
Jeez, I had too much ribeye.
Elwood Myers, anything Irish? Would you like to contend that?
Well, I mean, no, we have many Irish.
No. It says here, anything Irish.
Ah, well, yes, okay, fair enough.
There we go. Do you want to tell them why?
I feel like it's better coming from you because it was your bottle.
There's a band that has a Christmas song. It's really popular. Something New York, I think.
Yes, Fairy Tale New York.
Thank you. This band made their own whiskey. I bought it for my sister's wedding to take with me because Dave and I were like, it's not an open bar. So we'll bring whiskey. Hello, Johnny. Hope you are, buddy. Seen you in a while. And we brought some whiskey. I brought Johnny Walker Black and this whiskey. Dave brought Sassenach and something else.
Jack.
Oh, you did. And we didn't drink it because we were at the bar drinking everything
We were at the
else.
not open bar drinking all of the green.
How much? I spent over £100 on that bar.
It's about 90.
Yeah, because I bought a lot of Kendleman. I bought some Man of Swords.
Yeah, I
bought a lot of ciders as well. Yeah,
Kendleman.
Kendleman.
More Kendleman. Then we got the bottle.
Yeah, creme de menthe. Did we try that?
Yes, I think we did.
We did, yeah, because we need more green.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
we tried that when we drunk the bottom out of the.
We got back. We ordered some. Didn't we order some fish and chips or something? Or did I order it, or they order it?
Well, the night we came home.
Yeah, because we had it then, didn't we? My dad and his partner. They had some fish and chips, didn't they? Or did we have?
No, because the van broke down.
Yeah, it broke down
So
right at the house.
we walked over to get some for us.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Anyway, so the whiskey's called Pogues. It was one of the 2 they do. One in the black bottle, one in the red. I think it's the black bottle. Yeah, black bottle is the one I bought. I think that's triple distilled. And is it not worth a cook or a Omegon supposed to be tweeting? Yes. Dave's seen the bottle, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave saw it, Keely. Sorry, I can't put it on the screen because I haven't got the image set up for that, okay? But we have seen it. It is that Phoenix bottle is absolutely fantastic. We got back. It's called Pogues, triple distilled, and Dave and I put it down the sink and then poured out a glass of Sassenach, I believe.
Yes.
And that was absolutely mwah, 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 mwah. Dave's getting a blowjob. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It was fantastic. Pogues, though, is the only Irish whiskey I would say I've ever encountered that was like that. I would say there was something that initially confused me. Proper 12, Conor McGregor's Irish whiskey, because, and Dave will agree, it's insanely smooth.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some nice flavour, but it's just too smooth for the flavour to be there. It's just meh.
Yeah.
It's just, I have had 2 bottles, and they both went down so fast because they were just so good. It was so smooth. I've got a one with a hoodie on, and one of my fugglers wears it now. Not Agent Turf, he hasn't got long on the farms.
Nah.
I have to make him a tank top instead. Get one of the Maker's Mark Christmas jumpers and cut the arms off as well.
Yeah.
Give him a body warmer, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, volleyball.
Anyway, so yes, anything Irish from Elwood Myers. It's a good one. Next, Red Dragon Inn. Trips to the liquor store for me usually involve going, ooh, this one is on sale, only $10. But my stepfather's go-to is Glenfiddich 12 single malt scotch, slightly sweet, malty, not an overpowering smokiness. There is sod all smoke in there. Give me that. Give me that.
It has been given. We are sniffing the 12 Glenfiddich.
Give me one of the glasses for a second. No, don't give me that glass. Give me the shot glass at the top. Behind the bar. Bar. Top bar. There.
It's from the bar.
Well, it's fuck off.
Oh.
No, I'm doing this so I can smell.
He's poured a Meg sip. Now he's poured a Dave sip.
Put that screw cap back on because it's blasphemy.
Yes. We will.
It's very dusty.
Please enjoy the sound of the screw cap.
It's literally covered in dust as well. Smoky. I mean, I can smell the sweetiness. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? I want to subject it to 12 seconds, see if I can find the smoke. I can't smell smoke. I know it's not really big enough for your nose, but do let me know what you think.
Yeah, there's no smoke in that.
Do you want me to get rid of this?
Yes, Megan's going to.
You at least have some Johnny Walker Black, because if I'm going to have to suffer this.
I will prepare. Let me do the stopwatch, then I'll prepare some black once you've done it.
Oh, you want me to make the 12-second rule first?
We're going to subject it to the official rules of whiskey.
Right, 12 seconds of Glenfiddich, and then I'm going to do a small shot after. You ready?
I was going to pour it ready. 12.
What I mean is, I'm going... Huh.
Oh, you're going to shot that? Okay.
Huh. Yeah, pour a little black for that, comparable. Because I don't want to make you do a whole shot, it's not fair. Because then you'd have more black than me. Huh. Now that, okay.
Don't say things like that. You make it sound like it's good. Oh no, he's playing a face.
You know what annoys me is 12 seconds actually does make that better. And that annoys me.
That annoys me a lot.
We'll have to do it in October though, okay? We'll do it in October. You know there's something there. There's something wrong about it as well though. But there's you know what it is? It's like to me, it sits below Tamna, that standard Tamna, but it sits there because of that weird clingy taste that I can't quite work out. But there's something else, and I don't know what it is. Okay, don't give Dave hiccups. I tried Proper 12 Apple recently as well. I've not tried it. Leona though, Wildling Darling in the chat there, has it and loves it.
She is probably getting drunk on it. No, she's drinking Tullamore.
She's drinking the good stuff.
She's getting drunk on Tullamore.
She's getting drunk on a nice big pair of juicy plums in her mouth, and she does like a big pair of plums in her mouth. That's one of the tasting notes, along with clotted cream and scones and dates.
Or scones, as you people
Swag
say.
wall, feminine.
No, you're not allowed to like Fiddick 12 that much.
It's a good shot.
Bad thing.
That pisses me off, man. I'm sorry, but it was not a full shot either. That, by the way, that is a double. What the hell is that? That's a double. It has my name.
It does.
It was my mum did that for me.
Engraved.
My mum literally did that herself for me as a gift.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. But yeah, that's.
So make sure it's cared for properly by the niece tomorrow when we watch that.
Yeah, or leave it here and I'll do it myself, just so I have peace of mind. You know what I mean? That's what.
She's careful with it. Fun.
Perhaps at my request in this instance, because my mum made that, you do it. Just because my mum did that for me.
Fair enough. That's
yeah. I'm not saying I don't trust her. It's just any other glass,
No, I
go
probably
nuts.
trust her more than you do.
Any other glass, fine. Just not the one my mum did.
Fair enough.
That's really irritating because Glenfiddich 12, the small bit I had, I mean, actually,
Perhaps it's improved with age, being sat in the bottle for
and refilled with the other bottle.
13 years.
Oh, it's been a while. I would add, it was half empty for a while.
The bottle
fair.
we have, well, actually, no. Some of the bottle we have is now sat in the bottle in his cabinet for longer than it was aged before it was put into the bottle.
Yeah, so when I bought it when I was 24, it was 12 years old. Well, possibly longer. But
At least 12 years
it
old.
has been half empty for about 15 years. No, 13 years.
Yeah.
And then it was refilled with another separate 35. So, I'm not opposed to flavour, but for a whiskey with the flavour, yeah. I'm not knocking proper 12 apple. I'd like to try it. It's a liqueur. We want it for our streams, obviously. There's something about that Fiddick 12 there that's so. Whereas the Johnny Walker Black, when I shot that, cool all the way down.
Yeah.
That though, long here, very long, very long. I'm still feeling it. Not like feeling it here like this. I mean like a warmth.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fiddick 12 has featured quite heavily so far. Already covered those. Keep up, bad secretary. He may need the screenshots, and I have, but you said before I could drop. I was trying to drop at the same time, so we're saving up. We don't need the extra evidence of Fiddick 12. Dave, is something wrong here? You seem a little bothered.
I was subtly trying to suppress the voting. It's not tampering. It's fine.
It's election rigging, man. Russia interference.
Yeah. It was the Russians. They definitely interfered with our polling.
We have a Fiddick 12 in the store, but pricey. I wouldn't recommend you get it. I would say just for the sake of recommendation with you, markup price on Fiddick 12 is far too high. Please don't waste your money on something that I can get here for about 30 quid.
Yeah.
It's not worth it in the context of how much you guys charge. But I understand why you guys think...
It's not worth a cork. It's not worth $70.
Although they do now put a cork on it to try and make it seem like it is, but it's definitely not worth it. I would just say that for the sake of what Glenfiddich is, it speaks volumes about the quality that many are subjected to, that it is given such a high rating or markup, yeah? It's not a bad whiskey, just to be clear here, because it's in virtually every single pub. People do like it. They like it in old fashions, they like it on its own, they like it with ice, because it waters down, it gets rid of some of the weird tartness to it.
I think the thing as well is it was... I remember the Glenfiddich adverts.
I remember those, yeah.
Moose walking through and...
Yeah.
I think that's what Moose from yourself was doing before. That was his day job. But
God,
yeah, I remember those adverts from years ago because it was one of the few whiskies that was advertised.
Yeah, it was.
It was just advertised as
It was so popular,
the standard thing.
Oh, it was
whiskey.
Yeah, not the gold standard whiskey, but it was definitely a standard whiskey, yeah? And I think when the markets grew, people realised, in this country especially, that Fiddick 12, while it's good, Fiddick is good in other areas, the experimentals are quite popular, I do think they let themselves down a little bit with the 12. Because it's stayed true to what it is, but what it is doesn't really evolve with the market. And I think that's a problem, because they've stuck to a flavour profile, I think. And that flavour profile is lacking in well.
But I suppose they have done the...
They sell a lot.
They have done the different ones. They've done the Fire and Cane
experimental series.
One. They've done the Orchard
one. Orchard IPA and
Yeah.
XX, which is the 20 members picking some things.
Yeah.
They did one called Winter Storm, which is £200 to buy. It's impossible to get your hands on now. Very limited edition.
Yeah.
Collectible, by the way, Dave. You want a collectible Glenfiddich? An actual one you can be like, yeah, I got that. Yeah, I like Fiddick. See, I've got one that I'll never open, and I have no reason to either. Yeah, but they've done their to be fair, they've improved the 18. The 18 is not the same anymore. It's different now. The 18, I had a little sample of the new little 5CL samples.
Yeah.
Tasted vastly different. Not as bland. I'm not even kidding. It tasted great.
Okay.
May have to, get another one. But anyway, yeah. So Fiddick's it's one of the most popular whiskies in the world, and rightly so, because, and again, I'm not shading America. It's just when we Brits hear about you guys, we hear you guys mixing up different things to make your own cuisine, which are all from different cultures. It's an amalgamation. And when it comes to a lot of your spirits, bourbon is very popular. Fiddick is the most easily accessible whiskey, really, that we can ship over because we have so much of it.
No.
And it's always seen as a higher standard, or certainly a step below Johnny Walker Blue, which is also the gold standard of space ales, really. Or blends.
Yeah.
Which is not comparable. Well, that's a flavour profile as well, though, isn't it? Okay, so Frank's asleep. Whistle Pig 15. Now, we had considered getting some samples for this stream, but we decided not to, and instead to just drink from one bottle, and we decided for a change we'll drink from Dave's. We know nothing of Whistle Pig, but we do know it is highly rated for American bourbons, I believe. Yes?
I believe so, yes.
But I've also found that standard versions of most of the American bourbons are, while they sell a lot, no, he is not, because I told him not to.
No, he warned me against it. I have not.
You want to crack your voice again?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
Yes, so we find that when the Americans' bourbons then go into the realm of oh, we're nearly finished. Getting there. We'll get that done. Don't you worry, buddy. We got this.
Yeah,
once they go into the realm,
easily.
when they damn right.
Not tonight.
That'll go tonight. It'll be done tonight. When you get into the realm of age statements, they improve massively. I know Americans, you love your cask strength, like 100 proof whiskies. Anything over 100 proof, it's not cask strength, but anything over 100 proof. A lot of the whiskey snobs love it. Weirdly, there's a channel I love. One of their favourites is a cask strength whiskey. Actual whiskey, though. Could you guess, like, what? Think of Americans that love bourbons and love the flavour profiles. Could you name a distillery that they would love and be their favourite actual whiskey? It's something you have that I have a lesser version of. You won't open, but I need to open.
That doesn't specifically narrow it down.
The second part did, though, because I said I need to open it. Because it's in my room and it hasn't yet been opened for Twitch.
I mean, that's going to be Abelard, then, isn't it?
Abunda.
The Abuna.
Abuna. Abuna.
Oh, Abuna.
Abuna.
There's like 3 different ways of saying it.
Abela Abuna, although I believe the guy on the video said Abunda.
Yeah.
He's wrong. The D's not there.
No.
Abuna. And he loves the Abela Abuna, and that's cask strength. He when we sniff things and we like to do the flavour thing,
Yeah.
he does this weird concentration thing with his eyes. He's like, I'm like, bitch, please stop that. I'm looking at
Can't smell it with your eyes.
I'm looking at your bald pate and I just want to smack it. Zoned, who can... True. Small stores around the carry... Oh, right. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, let's continue. Whistle Pig we know nothing of. I do apologise we didn't get a sample. Here we go. Tamnavulin double cask. Agreed. Nice all-round whiskey, not too complex or punchy for a guest who's a whiskey pleb to appreciate.
We approve of the use of the whiskey pleb.
Yeah, we like that. We have one in our chat. Hi, Leon. Not so expensive that one may have a desire to get stabby when said pleb guest dilutes it.
Hi, Meg's dad.
What the fuck? Fam, he's going to send me a message about that. I did not... The words of David do not reflect the words of your son. He does not agree with what he just said in the slightest. But if you've ever considered... since I have seen you shoot an incredibly expensive whiskey that I asked you if you'd like to taste, I just think you should do it more often. No, I'm kidding. No. And by the way, that was Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select when Dave, it was actually my brother-in-law and I were digging out a trench to move the cabin 1.40 meters. Oh, time to remove the dog. One moment, everyone. Do apologise. Right, I think we're back. Oh, Dave's having a conversation instead. Yes.
So I'm just saying the
That's
progress of the Plumpy 101 branding.
Be kind to your kit. I'm a whiskey newbie. I know this. I own this. We can't even get Buffalo Trace right now. Buffalo Trace, they do a honey liqueur, I think, or is it wild turkey? Wild turkey.
Wild turkey.
I'd like to try it. I'd like to try it, but we've got a lot of liqueurs to get to. Pretty basic for good whiskey. I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things. But Tamnavulin, I do like the comment here. It is right. It's definitely not too complex, the double cask, which is why I think they don't need it. The sherry cask is where it should be the standard, because it's just great.
Yeah, it's a slightly strange one, because it's like they've tried to do something different, but
They didn't need
not
to.
done something
Don't
different.
forget here, a lot of their whiskies, all of them, they're not age statements.
Yeah.
The only age statement I've got of theirs comes from Master Malts.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to exist. But anyway, yeah. We've got here images that are just showing a poop. Oh, that was a Discord issue. Magavulin. Oh, that was reviews. So we have actually reached the end of it. Yeah, this. The age statement thing. We'll get to that another time. Okay, so next on the list is Dave's list. Now, I told Dave I've done something to his to make it look a bit more appropriate to him. He'll like it. Now,
Gerald!
for
I thought you were the butler.
For context here, folks, I asked David, Dr. Dave Bay, to give me a top 10 of whiskies that must always be in his bar if he had a bar. Okay, if he had a bar, these would be the whiskies on offer. Now, granted, a couple of these, the shot will be quite pricey. But Mr. Dave is now going to... I did put this
I've
one...
got to make
right,
the
just
money
say,
back, so-
I may have put this one here like
Yes.
that because it's different from my bottle. It's not,
Right.
just to be clear, that is your standard. Please make sure it's clear. So
Yes.
tell everyone, go through each one and explain yourself.
So,
Oh, actually, first, cheers.
oh yes, cheers.
Yellow swag fam, black fam. Oh, hang on.
Johnny down the hatch.
Glorious. Carry on.
Yes, that Hibiki. We'll come to that.
We'll get to that. He hasn't got he's got something better first.
So, the Jamesons
Standard.
standard.
Yep. I put the stout edition because it's different from my... Well, we'll get to that soon.
That is the basically cause of my alcoholism.
To be fair, when Dave and I spoke about this, we realised, technically, the very first bottle of whiskey I ever bought, if you ignore the birthday present for someone else, was a Jameson's.
Yeah.
And the very first one you ever had was a Jameson's.
Yeah.
We realised that our periods are in sync.
Yes, we have aligned with the Jamesons.
Don't do it. Don't bite yet.
Someone time them out, please.
No. Don't do that because I like your messages. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, Jameson's is what got me into whiskey. I went to Dublin on a school trip. I
Yeah.
was definitely 18.
I'm in the way now.
Tried Guinness, didn't like it.
I might
so
have been newer then.
went to the pub. Everyone else was having Guinness. I was like, what else is Irish? The bartender said, well, that Jameson's. And I was like, yes. And yes.
Jameson's is a banger though. We've had good memories of that. To be honest, we've had it in the Optic.
Yeah.
When I had one in my
We
house,
did.
which we walked past recently, and it's still the same kitchen.
Yes.
I felt so. I wanted.
Didn't have the optic though.
I'd love to live there again. Not even lying. I'd love to live there again. Well, obviously not. We took it down. But it was also. It's not a birthday whiskey of mine, is it? No, it's not. No. But we also had it as a FIFA whiskey when we played. It was our victory sip. We annihilated that. I would say, just to be clear, Kile. Do let me know how you pronounce your name. There are better versions of Japanese whiskies. You've just got to be willing to spend a considerable
Yes,
amount of money
you've got
to
to pay for them.
I will agree. There are some standard whiskies that are kind of boring.
Yeah,
Jaku and
Jaku
Toki.
was alright. Toki
was
was the
fucking
one, wasn't
boring.
it? Yeah.
Like Akashi's all right.
Kashi's not too bad. We haven't
Nika
had.
from the Barrel's good.
There's another cheaper one we
Cheetah.
haven't had. Cheetah, we haven't had that. have we?
Toki-Noka.
Yeah, we haven't had that one either. That's...
Caillou.
Yeah, but Caillou is a bit more expensive.
I'm just
That-
saying it just to name other whiskies.
The one Banny's just that's about 80
Yeah.
quid, so that's a bit higher.
Okay,
up
but
in
anyway,
price.
yeah, your first
so
one
we
is...
got into, both of us got into whiskey through Jameson's, so that's what obviously
And-
I will always have in my bar because it's what got me into whiskey. So
It's why I have a small collection, because I just can't imagine not having an Irish quarter. What's next, Dave?
next is
Gerald!
Lord John Marbury,
Marcus of something. Croydon. Croy.
Marcus Baronet of Croydon and Bricey, Marcus of Salisbury, and his
Earl of Croy.
his Earl of Croy, yes, and his Her Majesty's embassy to these United States.
Now, I don't know if you've heard of this single malt in Islay called Lagavulin.
You say single malt, 16-year-old.
Called Lagavulin.
Yes.
I've trolled David here because we're big fans of the West Wing. That is a character from the show called Lord John Marbury, as David's just said. And he hasn't seen this, that's why he laughed. Because he picked Lagavulin 16, which is the drink that he asked for, Lord John Marbury asked for with the fuck in his mouth.
Yes. When he speaks to Toby in the West Wing.
And he says it in the bar, isn't
Yes,
they go to a bar and drink.
Fine. But yes, and in the previous non-peated or peated non-Islay stream, we played a very brief audio sample from the West Wing of his lordship requesting a Lagavulin 16.
We did, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to lie. We really enjoyed the Lagavulin. It's also a stark contrast for what Lagavulin is as the kingpin of an Islay,
Yeah.
compared to that of the non-Islers that were peated, with the only close but nowhere near being the Glen Turret 10 peated. That was an absolute banger. I wanted that when I was in the shop, by the way.
Yes, this list really could have done with being like 20 or 30.
No, because it'd just be your cabinet.
Yeah.
Basically, my perfect bar is already in here.
It took me quite a long time to do this list.
So why is Lagavulin 16 there, Dave? James doesn't understand, but why is Lagavulin there?
Partly because of just the brilliance of Gerald and John Marbury.
Yeah, but you didn't know I was going to do that.
But I like it from West Wing anyway.
I do like West. To be fair, it's nice to have a whiskey from a show.
Yeah.
Like when I got the Angel's Envy from the podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I've got this now.
Or if I can manage to outrun me on that ale whiskey from next year when I go.
Yeah.
But it's a whiskey that actually I didn't own for quite a while. You did. You had a 20 CL
yeah, I had a
bottle
20
of it.
CL. Yeah, it's expensive.
And it was expensive, but it was so good. It was peated and smoking deep.
It's just
and
everything.
It was full-bodied and it was a proper hit, and it made my girlfriend make funny, horrible, disgusted faces, which we
Similar
laughed
face
at.
my older sister made when I made her dip her finger into the Johnny Walker sweet tea. She tasted it, and the first thing she did was clart me. I was like, "So you didn't like it then?" But I would say Lagavulin is the king of Islers, peated Islers, that is.
Yeah, and it's also what I did when I moved to my first role as an assistant manager. My boss didn't know what to get me, so gave me money to buy a nice bottle of whiskey, and that is what I bought.
Oh, that's so weird.
That was my Christmas present from my boss.
Oh, don't forget to refill that when we empty it.
A Lagavulin
Maybe we'll do a Lagavulin stream one day and just finish it, and then you refill it. We have to make it so it's a donation goal.
Yeah.
Every time you donate a certain amount, we will then have a shot, or we'll actually do it like he did it. Next on your list is Talisker 10.
So, Talisker 10 is there partly because it's something I've had for many, many years, and I just associate it with being in my cabinet. So I just think, it will be in my cabinet.
Storm and
I
Sky,
do have Storm and Sky as well.
No Port Re.
No Port Re.
Which is literally, by the way, it's spelled Ruighe, and it's pronounced Re, like autism, the meme of old. Re.
And I also have one of the Diageo special releases as well.
I have two of those. One of which I got from Dave. He had two. I got one. Actually, no, I have three. Got two of those, haven't I?
Ah, yes, you do. Yes.
My 8th year anniversary on YouTube, I bought the Talisker 8, and we opened it, and oh my god, it's good.
Yes.
That is the king of smoke, by the way. Now.
Yes, I think Talisker is one where we've not really had a bad experience with a Talisker, other than depends how you define the pre-wedding experience.
No, I would say I don't define it as bad because we had fun. That was a 20 CL gone.
Yeah.
Except for the hip flask.
Yes.
The tiny
that
little...
went.
We dealt with that.
That was one of the few bottles we took to the wedding.
I actually have... I will say, I will concede, I had a bad experience when I first bought it. I didn't like it because my palate wasn't ready. Now, though, if you put that in front of me and tell me that's what I'm drinking...
Yeah, that and the Lagavulin would be ones more for the connoisseurs or people
Well, it's not even...
like
Its prices going up to connoisseur level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prices. But it's definitely a drinker, isn't it? It's a drinker. It's an island. You have an Irish, an Ireland, and Islay. What's next, Dave?
So next is one of my favourite whiskies.
Not this style, though. This one's the newer version.
That is the newer version. The newer version is fine.
Well, no, I couldn't find the older one
is,
to put in there, basically.
But, hi, Traps. Welcome.
Here to say, balls. Only if they're yours and they're in my mouth, Traps. Hello, ooh, woo, how you doing? Carry on.
Leona will definitely approve.
Yeah, she's got two big plums in her mouth. Juicy ones, too.
And she's got two more clothes. Keep her hands busy.
She can't do 6 in a row. She's a hobbit. Carry on.
Yeah, so Johnny Walker Green. So this is a whiskey I discovered many, many years ago whilst I was starting to build a Johnny Walker collection.
Yeah, you started early for that,
Because
didn't
I
you?
had red and black, and green was the next one up. And I think my first bottle came from duty free.
That doesn't surprise me. Your parents' holidays.
No, well, I used to go with them, so I.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
You snob.
and the first time I actually drank some of it, I was watching Studio 60. This is when it was actually on TV, when it was new.
Hang on, Chops asked the question. Can we get a shot in honour of Jimmy Buffett? Wait, has Jimmy Buffett died?
What?
Let me go and look. Hang on, I'll find out. Don't you worry.
I mean, I'm happy to pour a shot, but do we need to pour some out for a homie?
Jimmy Buffett died. Yeah. Singer-songwriter Jimmy Buffett. I'm Margaritaville. Damn.
We will pour some out for our fallen homie.
Well, it was poured into my gullet, but yes, I will happily do a shot in honour, everyone, of Jimmy Buffett. Please join myself. I don't know if Dave's joining for this part, but in honour of our fallen singer-songwriter.
I've poured some out for our fallen homie.
Yes, you have. Well done. Swagwell Black Fam.
For the homies.
YOLO. Fantastic. That's good now, isn't it? It's just got
Caramel.
the perfect smoke in it. It's not too much. It's just there. I bet my dad likes that, actually.
Oh. No, I'll refrain from saying
Refrain.
that. I might get beaten with a paddleboard.
I don't. Well, you might do tomorrow. He's here. I mean, that's the thing. If you throw my dad under the bus on this stream,
He's going to throw me under the actual bus outside.
my dad does live on the water. He knows how. He's Aquaman to you, even with his he will throw you. I'm not going to finish that. He will throw you under the paddleboard and smack you with the oar. He will treat you like you gondola bait. So we did shoot up for you. Anyway, carry on with Green Label, please.
Yeah,
And yes,
so-
pour one out for your homie and shoot it. And by the way, for the joke to make sense here, Dave literally poured some into my extra
Other
shot
glass,
glass.
yes.
And as I went to shoot, I poured that one into mine first.
Which means we've now tainted his black with Fiddick.
And black. It went down all right. Maybe we should do that as a blend. Maybe when it's Fiddick palatable, mix it with black. What's the part? 100 black to 1 Fiddick. I can still taste Fiddick. Get rid of that shit. Carry on.
Anyway, yes, so I was watching Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip,
Oh, it's a good
which
show.
is one of my favourite TV shows. Meg has the DVD box set somewhere because it was on his list. I have it at home.
I have it right in my hands.
Yes, it is one of our favourite TV shows. It was so good that it got cancelled after one season.
By the way, just to be clear here, Matt Perry and Bradley,
Whitford.
yeah, they got done dirty. This show, the thing with cancellation is it made no sense because 30 Rock went off, but 30 Rock was lazy funny.
Yeah.
The
problem was this was intelligent funny.
Also, had the other guy from West Wing, didn't it? The journalist.
Tim Busfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Amanda Peet, Sarah Paulson, D.L. Hewley, who's a brilliant stand-up.
yeah. The
And,
cast is
also
fantastic.
Stephen Webber.
Yeah, we may have forgotten the one guy, but yeah, it was a great show. And Dave,
Nick Horner.
Dave, very kind. I think it was you, wasn't it, that bought that for me, wasn't it?
I put it on your wish list. Someone actually bought it for you. I
thought it was you.
No, I put it on. Oh no, it was me actually. I put it on
Yeah.
your wish list and I bought it for you.
Yeah, someone bought me Firefly or the Serenity. Yeah.
I put it on there as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Dave
yeah,
bought this for me.
it was.
I was very happy
It
with
was
this.
very good. It was very intelligent. It was very funny, and it was very cancelled.
Michael, I have fun time watching and learning. You all know your whiskey. I would agree, except neither of us really know anything. We've been shooting Johnny Walker Black Label. We're on what, our 4th shot now. We nearly finished the bottle.
Yeah, we've had nearly half a bottle tonight.
We're doing well, and
Anyway,
then we've got another one after.
Back to green.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
So I was watching Studio 60. I was eating. Back then, they existed. They don't now. The Walker's Sensations, lime and gently infused lime and Thai spices. Now,
Thai sweet chili, yes, but not that.
no, but these were absolutely lush.
Hang on, were these the ones? Were they ones that I may have been hammered on eating with the Tesco
No,
dip? Okay,
No.
because I remember that, and that was I don't remember what the crisps were, but they were amazing.
No, that wasn't them. That was something called Dorito.
Was it a knockoff?
No, it was Dorito, but it was
It would have been chili heat wave, wouldn't it?
probably.
Oh, it was a bad.
But yeah, the gently infused lime and Thai spices. These were incredible, Chris. I would literally eat like an entire big bag of them and then have a second bag.
And Dave doesn't put on weight, unlike Meg here, who goes to his after 4 days and puts on 7 pounds.
But my first actual drink of this was Studio 60, these crisps, which are my favourite crisps, you cannot get them anymore, which makes me very sad, and Johnny Walker Green, and that was just like my idea of pretty much one of the best evenings you can have. It
Was I there at all?
no, it was just me sat in my bedroom watching
Really?
TV. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Missing a roaring fireplace, but you know.
In your bedroom in your parents' house?
Yeah.
Your parents don't do open fireplaces.
No, it was a bit much to ask.
They'd rather spend 14 quid on central heating.
They have a fire lounge. But yeah, it was just...
That's a candle.
Green Label has a mix of some very good whiskies. Talisker is one, Kalila is one. There are some very, very
Well, pull up the
good...
list. Pull up the list on your phone. Because the fun fact here is, Green Label has changed its recipe because it couldn't get some of the old ones anymore. And there's a running gag here because for 3 years after when I first moved back here, for 3 straight years, I got him Johnny Walker Green Label for his birthday. All 3 bottles got put in my
inverted
loft.
commas.
No, they did get bought. Shut up. They got put in the loft. They were the old design. The thing is, it got discontinued, and he didn't come down because at that point he wasn't able to come down because he was doing his PhD and he had a skank girlfriend.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
he couldn't come down because he was doing his PhD. That's the most important part. I fundamentally understand that, and I took no issue with that. I would go to visit him every time because it couldn't be the other way around, and it sucked. Really, it did. But there wasn't space for Dave then. You know, I didn't really think to ask
To
my
be fair,
mother.
you didn't have the cabin either, so...
No, and I never thought to ask my mother either. Because I think she would have said yes. Because
Yeah,
when you first brought me back, she'd first met you,
Yeah.
and it was
That was
horrible.
pretty much when most of your sisters first met me as well.
It was horrible for me because I genuinely didn't want to leave. I love Norwich, but I had no choice. But the 3 bottles went missing. They're not. I don't know where they are, but they're the old recipe. If Dave had those, he'd be very happy because they're the original recipe. The recipe got changed because some of the distilleries, I think, and the recipes they made their flavour profile from are no longer around or they have access to. And that's the thing with Johnny Walker. While they do age statements on black, it's a standard blend black. 15 is not. 15 is a number of different distilleries put together. And that's the same for Blue Label, which is not an age statement, but some of those whiskies are old.
They're potentially 50 years plus.
Yeah. But Green Label
It's
is
on the box. I can't find a decent picture of the box.
Doesn't
It's on
matter.
the box.
Doesn't
but yeah,
matter.
there's like Talisker and Kalila and
Yeah.
stuff like that in it. So it's smoky. It's
got a little bit of peat in there.
bit of peat.
Not much.
It's got a lot of flavour
It's
profile.
incredibly smooth.
It's smooth. There's plenty of taste. There's good palate, good finish. There's nose. I would say, to be fair, of whiskies I would regularly drink, that is my favourite whiskey.
I don't have a bottle of Johnny Walker Green. So if anyone would like to send me a bottle, by all means do so, or donate money and we'll buy a bottle. In Tesco, we'll go there tomorrow, literally to buy it because you donated money through coffee
It
to
will
get
be the
it.
new one, but we will obviously make do because it's John Green.
I'm sorry, man. Pour one out for your home if you wish. Next on
do
your
that.
list is a segue, actually, because I mentioned Blue Label, and next on your list
Yes,
is...
Johnny Walker Blue.
Why?
Because that is probably the nicest whiskey I've ever had that reasonably I could afford a bottle
You
to
had some
have
recently
open.
with Coronation, didn't you?
Yeah.
With me. It's actually a banger. I will
Yeah.
admit, I didn't find it as great as the Gold Centenary blend.
Yeah, I've always preferred the blue. You've always preferred the gold, though. That's been true
But I
for
think-
years.
I think it's grown on me a bit because I think now I realise what it really is.
Yeah.
As the palate's evolved, I do understand. But for me, Centenary just to
To be
me,
fair,
it's not just the flavour; it's to me, it's
You
nostalgia.
know that's good because your niece didn't pull quite so much of a face when she sniffed my glass of it compared to other whiskies she sniffed.
True. I would
but-
say that like the Gold Centenary is also a nostalgic thing because that was
Yeah.
the first adult job I got, and the first thing I did was buy a bottle of the
Yeah.
Gold. The Blue, I remember you pulled that sample out,
Yeah.
and I tried it, and I didn't find it as good because
Yeah.
to me, I think I put Gold on a pedestal.
So for those who are new here or haven't heard this story,
Say nothing on Blue, Leona. You are banned.
I had a sample of Johnny Walker Blue that
In
I
the
was
kitchen, I remember that.
very pleased to have. It was cost quite a lot of money.
You got
for the
chef
sample.
studs.
Yeah. And my parents were on holiday. They were on a cruise, and I got a phone call, which was weird for start, because it cost them money to do that.
Just a bit overhyped. I think it is overhyped, but we'll get to that in a minute.
And they asked me if I'd had my sample of Johnny Walker Blue, and I said no, it's expensive. I haven't had it yet. And they were like, could you open it? Could you try it? And I was like, well, I mean, yeah.
Do it
yeah.
now.
Can you do that and let us know what you think?
Get in the
And I was
chopper.
like, yeah, okay, mix here, but yeah, okay, we can drink it.
We can drink it.
So I opened it and I poured a bit each, and Meg very kindly said I could have the rest. So
I did
had
actually say
about
that.
2/3
I
of the
did,
dram.
yeah, because it was that you paid for it. I
And,
paid for the gold, didn't I?
yeah, and I was like, so I messaged them back and was like, that's amazing.
Did they hear me say it's all right?
Yeah, we didn't do voice messages back then. Did we?
Damn
That
it.
was just a message.
Would have been great with WhatsApp, wouldn't it? You just heard in the back Dave going, "It's fantastic, I love it. Get me a bottle," and I'll be like, "It's shit."
Get him gold.
Getting gold centenary label.
I didn't know they were getting me a bottle. It didn't twig in my head at the time that was what was happening.
What kind of bottle they get you again?
So they got me a 1 litre bottle of
Yeah.
Johnny Walker Blue Label
Right.
on their cruise.
How's that bottle looking these days?
And it's full. It is resplendent in the box that the good chaps at
It's a
Master
nice
Malt
box.
hooked me up with.
It's a nice box. Isn't
Um,
it? Oh, you asked for one, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a nice bottle, isn't it?
So
it's the old bottle.
It was $90 for a litre of Johnny Walker Blue.
Context. Standard bottle costs about £150 ish.
Yeah.
Easy. My bottle,
70
because
cl.
I have a bottle of blue, is £160.
Yeah.
My second most expensive bottle.
But
And my bottle is the only one that's open, and Dave and I will happily drink from it.
yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. So yes, I have that, and I did have to. I asked the good chaps at Master Malt if there was any possibility that they had a box lying around,
Yeah.
and they came back and said they did, and if I was to order something, they would include it in my order.
See, I'm really glad they did, because I should have done that to get my Nika 12 box.
Yeah.
So I will say, I had thought the reason you liked the blue wasn't because of the sample, because I forgot about that story. I remember in the kitchen, I remember that. I remember being stood in the kitchen, leaning up against the sink where you were by the oven, and we were talking about
Yeah.
it. I remember this because it was like...
went upstairs to try it afterwards.
It was like a random spot where we did the magic cards,
Yeah.
and I got herpes, and we started crying with laughter because I got herpes. That I'm not even going to provide context. You guys can live with the fact that I have herpes.
But just for YouTube, it's a magic card, and herpes was its nickname. It was actually called Black Cat.
No, I have herpes, and...
Try to keep us monetized, dude.
monetize. No, I had the Johnny Walker Blue. The reason without remembering that story, I would have thought.
Okay, can you time her out? Because I can't. Leona, I would like this on record. Thus this is spoken, thus this is law. Leona is henceforth banned from all cookies.
Thus is written, thus is law. Now, I had thought the original reason for wanting blue, because I don't remember the cruise part. I don't remember that. When I remember them getting the bottle, I didn't remember the part between.
Yeah.
I had thought it was because of, oddly enough, you've got him there, the West Wing. I thought it was Liam McGarry's alcoholism.
No.
Because the cutscene
Because I hadn't seen West Wing at that point.
Because he got hammered on Johnny Walker Blue, didn't he, and Vicodin.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he do it because of that?
No, I hadn't seen West Wing at that
Can you
point.
imagine that? I love Johnny Walker Blue. Why? Liam McGarry's an alcoholic and he got hammered on it and Vicodin.
Because the man that runs America drinks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chief of staff is, "Hi, Monster Dumpling. Hope
Dumpling.
you're well." By the way, I just want to say, I know that we mentioned it
I'm
earlier.
sorry, Leona. I'm going to scroll back up the chats here.
Oh, God.
I didn't say anything bad. You said blue ...
Comma,
No.
comma,
Oh, sorry. No.
comma, chameleon. What?
It is literally that somebody can... Yempi, you're good at clipping and stream
Yeah, you
captures.
just screen cap again.
Cap that for me.
Yeah.
Proof that Leona said something bad.
I'll ignore that. Right, what the hell's that about? Turn off. Right.
But yes, no, nothing to do with West Wing.
So,
I hadn't seen at that point. It was purely the fact I tried it and it was incredible.
Can you imagine if it
And
was that? Just the idea that you like Johnny
Yeah.
Walker Blue because of an alcoholic in a fictional TV show.
I actually have 3 bottles of blue.
I would love for John
have-
Spencer to still be here though.
Yeah.
Just because when they did
And to be fair, John
that
Marbury.
was a recent one though, comparative, wasn't it though? Because if John Spencer was still here, can you imagine they did the revisit on the show and he was involved? That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so before we get too stuck on Johnny Walker Blue, just to be clear here, Dave and I both like blue.
Yeah.
We
I
both
was
like
just going
green.
to actually say that was the bottle I opened when I passed
So
my
far,
PhD. But, yeah.
Dave hasn't mentioned a whiskey that I dislike. And we haven't got to my list yet. But the blue label, I felt that for the
Hey,
price...
you're the side piece.
Just
Get
to
it
be,
right.
Yeah, just to be clear here, generally I wanted value for money. And I felt that, at this time, when we first sampled it, Gold Centenary was
Yeah.
£65 a bottle.
It was.
That's
It was a third of the price.
like, yeah. Whereas back then, well, not
Ish.
yeah, probably close to half actually, because the price has changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
But still, Johnny Walker Gold is blue. Sorry, is very expensive, and I think that it's just one of those very strange. You don't need context, I promise. I have herpes. That's all you need to know. Continuing though, Dave's next whiskey, second row, first.
So Dalmore Cigar Malt.
What kind of whiskey is this? Is it a treat of some kind?
This may have been the January treat.
Dave's got in on something. Who started that?
That would be Meg.
Like the birthday whiskey, huh?
Yes.
I like this. I like that I've trend set it.
Meg is a trendsetter. Clip it.
Ow. I may have slapped the ring and my finger. That hurt. Oh, that's
Excellent.
dirty, isn't it? It's got tar under my fingernail. Yes,
yeah.
tell me about this
So-
whiskey. Why'd you choose it?
So this is a whiskey that I'd never had,
We haven't had that
but
one,
I'd
have
heard. I don't know
Yes,
if we've ever had a sample. No.
we? No,
But I'd
because
heard
that is your dad.
various whiskey sites, various reviews, various things mention Dalmore Cigar Malt as being this drink that was up there amongst the best of whiskies, that was something to judge other whiskies by.
Yeah.
So when we went into the whiskey shop in January, and I'd been looking and I'd seen it online, but it showed they didn't have any. But we went in and it was there, so I was just sort of like, well, yes, I'm going to have this. So it was money well spent, as it turns out, because it was very, very nice, and it held up very nicely against Meg's Macallan Night on Earth, which was his January.
It was we did do a stream on that where we put his Dalmore Cigar Malt against, not necessarily against, but next to my Macallan Night on Earth. Of the two, mine's the more ostentatious because it was 2 boxes. One
Yeah,
inside
yours
the
was like 15
a Russian
boxes
doll.
in a-
Yeah,
like
it was a
some-
Russian doll thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was some like puzzle challenge to get into.
But it was still very different flavour profiles. Yours was very
Mine's
fruity.
a nice like pedestal box.
Yeah, yours was very fruited, whereas mine was very biscuity.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. By the way.
Mine is weirdly for some. Both of us liked it. Neither of us smoke, and it is a whiskey that is designed to be drunk
Yeah,
with
I'm not
smoking
really.
a cigar.
Yeah. Just the thing here, my brother-in-law recently tried the sniffed and then had a little taste of the Macallan Night on Earth.
Yeah.
He couldn't get the flavours that we got.
Yeah.
But he did notice they were there. It's just they were like, his tongue wasn't
Yeah.
ready for it. He thought Philic 12 was amazing.
Yeah, we've slowly introduced it to things, but it's just not been.
I did tell him to sip it first.
Yeah.
And I did it with the bourbon flavoured bourbon.
Oh,
Okay.
no question.
Here's a question. Is there a whiskey you both had and really disliked? Yes. Johnny Walker Platinum,
Yes.
Pogues,
Pokes and Johnny Walker Platinum.
and Johnny Walker Platinum.
And Johnny Walker Platinum. And
Have you ever heard of this? It's also called Platinum Walker Johnny. There were others we've not really been a fan of. Like you didn't like the old Poltony Who
No,
Dumped.
yeah, but it's both for both of us though. There's not many both of us
Okay,
don't like.
so did you like the Speyburn 10?
I don't mind Speyburn, yeah.
Okay. Alta Barney's a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
I'd say not necessarily dislike, but it's underwhelming.
Yeah, but I like the Speyburn Bradnarak and you didn't.
I didn't mind it. It's just, I don't know. It just, I felt it was like a D-class whiskey, but less than Tamna. Oh no, actually no. There are whiskeys you both dislike. Bell's, Teachers, Grants, Famous Grouse Standard.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Is there any other standards? Like,
White Mackay.
oh, what? No, that's boring. No. Just because my dad likes White Mackay, it's
you
not a
say
bad
Grouse?
whiskey. But I do think like Crown Royal, White Mackay is a brilliant mix. Standard Grouse,
I don't
Teachers, which is a crap peated non-Isla.
I say I don't mix, sounding very pretentious. I don't mix, I don't drink fizzy drinks.
Well, nor do I. Bell's is absolute shite across the board.
Yeah.
As is Grant's is an interesting one because Grant's has a triple
Which
wood.
one have you just looked up though? Because we've been speaking about a lot of whiskey.
Yes. Grant's standard is crap. Grant's 12 triple wood is awesome. It's a Grant's I will drink because I had a
To
little
be
5
fair, though, there is a grouse that I will drink because
Smoky.
it's that smoky
got the
toasted
snow
one that
grouse?
I've got, and the snow grouse. Yeah, the snow
What do you
grouse.
think? I had
I'm running out of.
the port cask one, didn't I? The what? Remember that port cask?
Yes.
Remember the sample of the port cask I had?
Yeah,
We liked that as well. And I had the toasted cask one as well. I gave to my dad. He loved it, I think.
yeah.
But I didn't mind that. I had a sample of that. It's quite nice. Nice little minor char to it. It's all right. Bit of caramel to it. It's good. Not too complex. Another double yes or no? Yes. And then send all the nudes to Dave. No, okay. Just send me food nudes. Continuing. Dalmore was his first January treat. Dave didn't really do the January treat thing, but when I went into the whiskey shop, I said, look...
No, that was because I generally collected whiskies more before you, so I had more, and I sort of just bought stuff as I wanted.
Yeah, there was that, but also the fact that I wanted this year to go to the whiskey shop as opposed to buying on Amazon, where my Sinatra Select first January treat and the Highland Park 5 were both bought on Amazon.
Yes.
I wanted to buy a January treat in person. And so I wanted it saying, I saw the Macallan Night on Earth, and I was like, can you put that aside for me? We've got one in the window. Can I have that one then? Yes. How much is it? 120. Bosh. But I wanted to buy it in person. Food news. Basically, you send me pictures of food.
Yeah.
I like food.
And or whiskey.
I have food.
And or swag. And or...
swag.
More food.
But yeah, the point is, Dave this year decided to get in on it as well. It wasn't the only thing he bought. He bought the Talisker as well, didn't you? Which you traded with me. Yeah, it was the jellyfish one.
No, I didn't buy that.
It was
then.
in the picture, wasn't it?
No, I didn't buy that then. I'd already bought that online.
Find the picture. I'm kidding.
Long
no, don't do that. But there was the Talisker in the picture.
No, I bought Penderyn. I bought the
Portwood
Penderyn. That was one of the ones I bought.
You bought something else.
I'd already had the Talisker.
I'll confirm
did
it.
I buy...
I won a Singleton. Penderyn. No, you did. There, Talisker, right there. I didn't buy that because I traded it with you. You got it cheap. You got it cheap. I remember.
Oh, you've got the Angel's Envy, yeah.
Yeah, because I traded the Talisker with you.
Yeah.
That's why, because yours are on this side.
Oh, okay.
I remember because I traded it with you because you got it cheap. You got it for like 90 quid.
Fair. Okay,
Yeah, I remember now because you yes. It's the last one.
Yeah.
I remember. Buttered nudes. Oh, absolutely. You get it. Food nudes. But yes. Dave got in on it, and we're going to do the same in January if things go to plan, aren't we?
Yep.
We'll go back to the whiskey shop and we'll go, I'm here to spend money.
That, and I started getting a decent bonus from work as well.
I might.
Which paid out.
I have had a swerve idea, and I'm going to share this with you guys. I was thinking of being a bit creative with the Twitch stream whiskies.
Okay.
Where instead I pull out the money and say 4 to 5 bottles of your choosing and give it to the guy serving me.
That's an interesting one, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
And I say to
Hi,
him,
man in whiskey shop. Here's X amount of money. I want 5 bottles.
4 to 5 bottles, but I'm not going to tell you anything. You choose them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great idea.
You choose them, but if I've had them before, I will say no. If it's...
No, I'll say nothing. But yeah, you're
but
right.
If he chose literally the same 5, you'd have to be like, no, I've just done that.
Jellyfish box. It was was it tasty? I have no bloody idea.
Yeah, we haven't opened that one.
No, it's not been opened yet because I've got other tasks that
Sea
are
Monster one we opened.
Yes, we have. It's up there. No, we're not doing shots of that until that's finished. On that note. But yes, next on your list, David, you're on bottle number 7. 6? 7? 7. Oh.
7.
Oh, Daddy. That's not a screw top. You can screw my top. Oh.
Whoa.
Number 7 for you is Glenlivet 18. No, David. Is it gone? Are we going to pour one out for our homie?
I mean, if we do, we're going to not have any left.
We can drink something else for a little bit if you want. Depends how you feel. If you feel you can do another glass afterwards...
We have poured one out for one's homie. For those on the server, please do feel free to see the annihilation that has occurred.
Tell you what, there's actually... I just did something really strange with the shot there.
How quick did you down that?
That was the marginal shot.
Okay.
I didn't actually do the fucking shot. I'm not...
I just saw a blur of a hand and a glass going back down. I was like, what?
For context here, they've poured a small amount into my my named glass, not my actual shot for the stream, and I quickly grabbed it, shot it, and put it back. But it was such a blur, Dave barely noticed. It wasn't my actual shot, which is a double. No. But yes. Oh, Daddy. That's Dave's hand, by the way, not mine. Just to be clear,
Yeah.
I don't have hands. I have tentacles. That is the final shot. But we do. If Dave would like to try something else, he can. We'll do a glass, a proper sip, though, not this.
Yeah, I might have some Tom on it.
Yeah. You don't want to try the Buna or the Abelau or Tobermory, maybe some of the Powers, the Anok, or
Also,
Black.
I mean, there's no Royal Journal for Black. That's tempting. That one there.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's to be open, I don't mind. Anyway, number 7, Glenlivet 18. Why the 18?
I mean, I think this one was different. I struggled with this list because there was.
You did. It took you like you only got it to me like 3 days, but 4 or 5 days before the stream.
Actually, at one point, I wrote out a list and it had 24 whiskies on it.
That doesn't surprise me.
And
You
I
just look at
was-
your cabinet.
I had to. No, not all the rooms. This was the problem I had. It's not all the ones I wanted to put were in my cabinet. Because I need to get around to buying some of them. But we'll discuss that later.
You got to make space for it.
Yeah, but so I did what I did. I wrote a load and I proofread and cut down.
As you do.
So obviously Glenlivet had to feature somewhere,
Has to.
as you all know from our
It's one of your
previous,
main
one of our
collections,
previous
isn't it?
streams. Yes, I went with the 18 because
It's coup de grace.
it's. I could have gone. I was literally nearly at a point of tossing a coin between the 15 and the 18.
The 15 is nice though, but I think 18 is better.
Yeah, I went for the 18 because it's that statement age. 18-year-old whiskey is one of those like points of pride of
if
the
you show
quality
it,
of the whiskey.
Oh, sorry.
It's
If you show it to
quality
people,
blending.
yeah. If you put that on a table, someone's not going to go, "I'll do a shot of that." Because
No.
I'll be honest, I did it, yes, and it pissed me off because every single one was smooth. But it isn't something you know when you see the 18, you're like, I'm gonna take my time because that's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, but it's one that it shared a few good times. Like my cousin's 18th. She's more like my little sister than she's my cousin.
Yeah.
That was her 18th. I took a little sample of that for us both, and we sat and had a drink of that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It shared some good times. It's a very lovely whiskey, as we established when we did the stream not that long ago.
Not long ago, no, you're right.
The previous stream here, I believe.
Yes, it was actually. Oh no, not the previous one. It was the one before that. Penderyn was before.
Previous stream here. So two back.
Correct,
Yes,
you're correct.
Penderyn was
Actually, yeah.
mine,
Well,
wasn't it?
if you haven't seen the Penderyn stream, then that would make no sense. Dave is quite right. Though the last stream we did here, early August, was here and was that, and it was absolutely fantastic because we tried 2 whiskies we'd not had. Oh no, yeah, 2. It was my Captain's Reserve, which was amazing. Not as rich as I thought, but I think it's because it needed more time to unlock it.
Yeah, probably
and
needs to be more aged.
your license drowned birthday present,
the new one, yes.
which it's not officially your birthday whiskey, but I gave it to you as a birthday whiskey.
Yes. But
which
the
I
18
like.
again is within the realms. It's about
It's one of the best.
about
18s.
100-ish pounds now, but it's
It's
for an 18-year-old whiskey of that quality, very
Yeah.
affordable,
well, it was.
and something that therefore I would quite happily sit and drink, knowing that I could afford to replace it and keep it in my bar.
I would say that when it comes to so when I was at Dave's last
Thank you, the
year.
owner, for linking.
Yeah, thank you. Last year I was at Dave's, and sadly he'd gotten ill off my nieces, and
Only one niece.
doesn't matter. I blame all anyway because I'm just indiscriminate like that. Dave had to leave on my last night, which sucked because we were watching James Bond movies. We were just chilling. He barely ate his TGIs. He had some silly wraps.
You know I was ill because we went to my parents for dinner. I didn't even eat my beef.
Yeah, he was given diuretics, and I was it that? Yeah. And I'll be honest, it's very weird to see your mother nonchalantly go, "Here, this will help you with the," and then insert the word. I was like, considering how proper your parents are, that was a very strange thing to hear.
Yes. And then I ended up in hospital 2 days later.
Well, that was after you got me home to train at least.
Yes.
So that night, Dave went to bed early. I had a glass of 18, first time. Dave left though, and I'm like, but this is a new experience. He goes to bed.
Yeah, I basically said he could drink, if he wanted to drink, he'd have anything that was open.
So I had
And
another
was,
glass.
So,
I had another glass. I was very happy with myself. It was a great evening. It was a great evening for an introvert.
yeah.
You know, but I actually don't mind. I like the company. I like talking to you because it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
We always have a laugh, and it was very interesting to me because it's an annoyingly good 18. Because I've not encountered a bad 18 yet, but this one annoys me because when we did the Glenlivet stream, it was insane how good all of them were.
Yeah.
Even the Founders Reserve. Stop fucking off. It's a locker. I can't confirm it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane how good they are considering where the bar is. But Glenlivet is arguably one of the smoothest space-side whiskies around. There are a few like individual whiskies that I think keep up with it. Singleton 18 is pretty good. You've had a sample of that.
As an overall set,
it's just consistent. It's consistent. That's what annoys me. But then, just to be a bit of a thing here, I've noticed that because the way I ordered I did mine alphabetically. I didn't do yours alphabetically.
I just did.
No. When I did your list, I did it because some of yours align with mine. So I kept them in the same position. So your next whiskey is quite affordable.
So mine is the Auchentoshan American Oak.
Or Auchentoshi, depending on how you pronounce it.
Or Auchentoshan or...
Auchentoshan, if you're ever a pleb.
Yeah.
How many bottles do you have, Dave? Yes.
Unfortunately, the answer is no longer yes. The answer is 2.
What happened to the other one?
It's gone.
I'll pour one out for my homie.
It's been consumed.
One out for my homie.
It's been finished.
YOLO swag black fam.
YOLO swag in memory of the Toshi.
By black. Right, black is gone.
The black has gone the same way as the Toshi.
Can you do me a favour? Can you make sure when we have on one more glass, I have one more tonight, make sure it's not a shot. Thank
That's
you.
fine. We have glasses.
I really don't want to do any more shots.
So, this was actually just a random purchase in Tesco.
So that's how you annihilate a black.
You just go down the hatch.
Interesting.
There you go, there. That's tips for you. For
And a clip. for
whiskey
someone who wants to
drinking
go,
and
Meg and Dave are racist.
whiskey drinking and life.
We didn't say put them on a boat down a hatch. No. Carry
So
on. Auchentoshan. Tell us about it.
I just was fancying buying a whiskey in Tesco. This was on offer at £22.
Yeah.
So I bought a bottle. I was thinking, 22 quid, what's
Like Glamoray, it's in that area.
Oh my god. Like, for 22, I would happily pay 50, 60 quid for this, if not more.
Fun fact, on my 34th birthday, Dave got me a bottle of this for my birthday. And I've still got it because it's fucking great.
Yeah.
And it was a stream whiskey on this channel, and no one chose it because they couldn't pronounce it.
Or spell it.
No. No.
Bear in mind, the Twitch is text-based.
I mean, they could have written O-R-K-Y, Orky. And I would have accepted, we would have known that. Orky. Okay, we'll have some Orky. You're some Orky, Dave.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is no age statement. American Oak.
Orky a darts thing.
Yeah, the Oki, that's where you stand on it. So bourbon barrels. But it's smooth, it's sweet, it's got some caramel, it's got some hints of some spice. It's
delicious.
It really, for the price it is, you if I gave that to someone that had a clue about whiskey, they would think it'd be worth more. If I gave that to someone who had no clue about whiskey, they would happily be able to drink it.
I'll be honest, this is a whiskey that's quite versatile as well.
Yeah.
For those who would rather not have it neat, like us, it's an easy shot, it's an easy sip, it's an easy drink, and if you want to mix it in old-fashioned, go nuts. Yeah, it would. It has the potential. It's a C-grade whiskey.
It's kind of jack of all trades, but it's there because it's something that anyone could drink, and you can always afford to buy it. Basically, it's 22. It's virtually always on offer in Tesco.
Yeah.
22
and
quid.
Sainsbury's.
You can virtually always afford to buy it.
That's a good thing as well. It's readily available as well, and I love that because some whiskies with names like this, like Auchentoshi or Auchentoshan, it's not something people can say, like the Freud, Bruichladdich, Bunnahabhain. It's just they're spelt very strangely. Okay, it's a whiskey burp. Sorry. But it's such a nice.
You could drink it, yeah.
I had considered, definitely. It's not peated or smoked, but it's also 40%. I think it's not strong.
It's not strong. It's
one of those ones where also, Dave, you've had another version of it, and you also said it was good.
Yeah, I have the Freewood as well.
Yeah,
the triple wood.
I almost considered when we were in the whiskey shop, they had the 12 and the 20 cl sample, 20 cl bottle. I considered getting it. Because I wanted a lowland. But obviously for streaming purposes, I wanted 70 CLs. The 20 CL, although to be honest, based on how often people chose a lowland...
20 CL would still not be drunk.
Haig got chosen. because Hiig.
Yeah.
But
And
Okentoshi,
David Beckham.
Okentoshan, or
Yeah.
Alchentoshan, like we thought it was.
Ocean. Yeah.
Yeah. Alchentoshan. Then we
Yeah.
looked at it was Okentoshi. Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake, man.
But yeah, it's for the you. I think I would personally say you will struggle to get a better whiskey for that money. I don't know if Meg will agree, but yeah, I would say you'd struggle to get a better whiskey
Only
for that money.
because we haven't tried Glenmorangie. I haven't tried it. And Airstone's quite popular at the moment as well. They're quite cheap in Sainsbury's, like 20 quid.
Yeah. So
Dewar's 8's quite low. You might argue Lefroy Select's 25, so this is still cheaper. Slane sometimes is
yeah,
25.
Slane is around that price. Yeah.
I would say there are a couple that are around there, but I think Dave is still right, but only because I haven't tried
Although
the
the Aldi ones, Glenmarnock's are, if you get the right ones, they are probably a match for it.
Yes,
about
I would say
17
there
quid.
might be a contender in the form of Tamnavulin because their cask finishes sit between 20 and 30. So if you find
Yeah.
the ones nearer there on offer sometimes, the Grenache was actually
Yes.
quite low, then actually you do have someone, but I'd say
I mean,
that...
if you can get Penderyn for 26, which we'll come on to, you know,
Not there yet.
yeah.
But I would say, don't spoil it. I would say that Dave is still right, but there are in typical supermarkets in the United Kingdom whiskies that do fall in this area. It's just we cannot sit here and say, unless they're on sale, that they are a contender. So next on your list is a bit of a swerve.
It's a little bit of a swerve, which perhaps I may have slightly ignored the price for this one.
Yeah, please.
So,
Sorry.
because sorry, go with.
I'm actually gonna pour glasses. Do you want a single or a double?
I feel like we should probably do a single.
Yeah.
since we've been
Yeah,
doing
you're right.
So this is the complete opposite end of the scale to
To
the.
be fair, 1, 2, 3, 4.
To be yeah,
And it's
18 though.
And then,
Is,
well, it's that
yeah.
£100. So sat
to be
between.
fair, Lagavulin though.
Well,
is
yes.
expensive.
It deserves it though.
Yeah. So I'm going from my second cheapest whiskey because Jameson's is probably in general cheaper. To my most expensive whiskey on this list.
At the
Hibiki
moment,
12.
I'd say that sits quite low sometimes if on sale.
It's never as cheap as Toshi though, or the Jameson's. But yeah, so Hibiki 12. This is a. Oh,
Oh, Dave's cork popped well.
he's popped my cork.
Buddy, put it back, please. The lid's on
Oh,
your fucking
I thought
melon.
you were-
Oh
just-
my god. Oh my god.
I thought you were.
My god. I've just busted him. You fraud. You charlatan. You uncultured swine, bitch-titted prick. Basically, what I've just done.
You just popped the cork and stuck it under my nose.
I may have just shafted Dave there, fam. First, right. So you want to see what I've just done? I've absolutely done him in. I undid the cork, and then I immediately put it back on, put the foil on top, and then put it under his nose to put it back in the corner, but not realizing that he went to sniff it. And he couldn't smell shit.
You popped the cork and then stuck it under my nose.
Oh my god!
Of course I went to sniff it.
How much have you had?
Same as you.
Oh, to be fair, I am quite numb at the moment. That is quite.
Oh, dear. But it's the
I'm
when
sorry.
you put a bottle under
Oh,
someone's
no.
nose, you normally go for the
Oh,
sniff.
that is. I mean, okay. All right, hang on. All right, I'll undo it.
I've been done.
There you go. He's sniffing. He's getting his money's worth. He's getting a double's worth.
Yeah, I'm a double sniff for that.
Do you want to lick the
Just be-
bottle as
I
well?
was gonna say, just
do
be
you,
lucky I don't
do you want to
lick
lick
it
it?
or
You want
not.
to lick it as well? There you go. He's licked it. The cunt. He licked the fucking bottle. You can have that one. You just licked my Singleton 21.
No.
You bitch.
Not quite that mean.
That shelf can't handle your weight.
Oh dear.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. So, Hibiki 12. I have only ever had a sample and a couple of measures of this.
We had a sample, haven't we?
Yeah.
We shared it with my brother-in-law.
Yes, we did.
Well worth it.
This is a drink that, when I was out in Norwich, cost me £15 for a single.
boy.
But it came with the fancy Japanese ball of ice.
Oh, they're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their glasses are beautiful.
I had
by
a
the way.
second one, and I was being mocked by everyone I was with for spending £30 on 2 drinks. Until
isn't it?
I gave it to them to try, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Try it and stop mocking me," and they did, and they were like, "Oh."
So,
This
you
was
in
the people. Some of the people we went on the boat with.
you Keelet, there is a part of Japanese whiskey where suddenly the switch turns. I will admit Tenjaku is all right, but it's not great. I think Toki's it's bleh. It's all right. I mean, I'm glad we tried it and did the bottle.
Yeah.
But there is a switch. So for Dave, it's Hibiki 12. But the thing is, with Japanese whiskies, when they did the 12s,
I mean, to be fair, Hibiki Harmony is good.
we'll get to that soon. Hibiki 12, though, we'll talk about in a minute, actually. Hibiki 12 was limited edition release. It didn't do many of them.
It wasn't. This is the thing.
Well, it became it, though, didn't it?
It became it. Japanese Hibiki 12 is from the same era of Yamazaki 12, slightly before Nika 12, where it's just when Japanese whiskey started to become popular.
Oh, don't forget here, it took 12 years. You know, they needed time.
So, because at the time it was made, Japanese whiskey wasn't a worldwide phenomenon of whiskey.
Yeah.
They didn't make an extortionate amount of it. We're not talking about the volumes of a Glenfiddich 12 or Glenlivet 12
Well,
or anything like that.
yeah.
Johnny Walker Black, anything like that.
Yeah.
They didn't. It was a limited edition in the sense that they only made a certain amount of it.
The thing with that is, less is more.
Over time, as it was maturing, Japanese whiskey became more and more popular. So when these were released,
Same with Indian.
so Hibiki, Yamazaki, Yamazaki 12 won World Whiskey, a 12-year-old standard whiskey won World Whiskey of the Year back in like 2014, and that's why I haven't opened my Yamazaki 12 because it's from that year.
Yeah.
Japanese whiskey hit this massive peak of popularity across the world, and they could not supply the demand.
Yeah.
So these bottles went, and they went so quickly, and their prices skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So I bought a 50 cl, and it's only 50 cl, not a 70, but for about £350.
Well, more than that now.
Yeah, you can to buy one now, so it's a year later, is about £500 to £600.
Yeah. No, it's more than that. It's near 700 now.
Yeah, it's going up and up every
It's almost
day.
doubled.
Yeah,
It's almost doubled.
it's my second most expensive bottle of whiskey that I paid for.
Oh, yeah, it is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was first for a while.
It was for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll beat that next
the
year.
quality of it is incredible for a 12-year-old whiskey. The bottle looks like a decanter.
Isn't that a Mizunara oak? Or is it
I
not?
think there could actually be that. I might have been
It
right.
must
I
be.
think there might be.
I know
some
my
Mizunara.
12 is a blend. Yours is a malt.
But
though,
it
isn't
is a blend. No, Hibiki is a blend.
Japanese whiskies are blends, aren't they?
No, Yamazaki is a single malt, but Hibiki is a blend.
So Nika and Hibiki are blends. Because I know mine is. I can see it
So
there.
Hibiki
Premium
12
blended
is a
whiskey.
blend. But it
David's.
is incredible.
I will admit, Dave and I, with my brother-in-law, not at the time, we tried it. It wasn't enough to really get.
No,
but
we had
there
like, I think there was a 5 cl sample between
yeah,
three of us.
but there was enough there to work with. If if you do meg sips, you can work with it. And yeah, no, the flavour is a massive step up from everything else.
What you can't really see like on the bottle as well, that cork, it's a thick cork on the top, it's a big chunky glass topper.
So
it's very fancy.
it's designed.
The box looks fancy,
We like decanters, but then a lot of bottles now are starting to look like decanters. And I will admit, there are some bottles I'm looking at on the screen here. I don't want to put in decanters. Dalmore, Livet,
Yeah.
Johnny Walkers, Jameson's, sure, I'll put in decanter. Talisker, sure. Hendarian, sure. Auchentoshan, Auchentoshan, sure. Lagavulin, no, maybe.
Depends if we can get a shape like
To be
Gerald.
fair, Lagavulin, you just drink it.
Yeah.
But I will say that Hibiki 12, when I hit 100k on YouTube, Dave suggested a different rare Japanese whiskey, and I bought it. I have it for when I hit 100,000.
Yeah.
My sister got me a bottle for Christmas. I won a bottle in a raffle. I have one of them open, and the cork is a massive wooden top with a very short cork. We've had a few glasses of that. I don't mind if we finish that bottle though, because fuck it, it's
you
open.
got more. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be the only one I open.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy to drink it because
that-
they'll be drunk.
That is my. it wouldn't be drunk every day, but if I had someone, or if there was a very special occasion, or if I had someone that was really into whiskey come
Special
over,
occasion. Meg comes over.
yeah, that would it wouldn't last long. That scenario.
No, it wouldn't. No.
That would be my, this is my of my bar. This is my A grade. This is my best of. This is the top of the range that you should try because you really like this, or wedding, whatever.
Yeah.
This is special occasion. Let's have this.
Yeah.
Only gets drunk a couple of times a year. Maybe.
Yeah. So your final one is Welsh, and this featured in our last stream,
Yes.
didn't it? And it featured.
In fact, it featured so much the entire stream was about it.
I mean, it was alliteration galore.
Yes.
All the W's. It was absolutely
Wicked, wild, whelming.
I'll get the title. Don't you worry. It
Wonderful.
It was certainly
Wild,
fuck
weird.
that. It was very different. It was very wild. It was very wicked. It was whelming.
There will be a quiz afterwards. Please do take notes. Pop quiz will be following.
The title was The Wonderfully Wicked, Wacky and Wild Whelming World of Welcoming Welsh Whisky. And it was all about Penderyn, all derived from Dave's personal collection.
Yes,
In
all of
Dave's
them.
flat.
Yes.
We'd never streamed on location.
No, this was a on-location stream with all of the technical
It was the first of its
difficulties.
kind. Oh, bloody hell. To the point, it's going to cost me £35 to fix my microphone, which I've already paid. Now, Dave's personal collection, it was an amazing stream, because we drank all those whiskies. We had a shot of each. It was, except for the Celts. And it was glorious.
And we only didn't do the Celt because it had been on a stream like 2 streams before.
Yeah, the peated non-islers.
Yeah.
And we'd had a great time. We weren't drunk. We weren't buzzed either, which is weird.
Yeah,
'Cause we
thanks,
had a-
Dad, if you're listening.
Dad, if you're listening, fam, we weren't even... Bruv, we weren't even buzzed.
If you're listening, rewatch the Penderyn stream and then go back and find the stream we did before your daughter's wedding and then tell us if we were buzzed / drunk / anything on the Penderyn stream comparative.
I mean, 8 singles compared to a 20cl bottle of
Several bottles.
Talisker, half a bottle of Hague Club Orange, 3 samples of Johnny Walker Game of Thrones editions,
Yeah. Some Brunehaven.
2 glasses of Brunehaven at least, doubles,
Yes.
and at least 2 to 3 glasses of Jameson's. Fam, we were fucked.
Something else. There was something else we did as well. I can't remember what it was.
Hang on, give it a thought. Hague, Johnny, Una, Talisker, Jameson's. There was something else we put in the bin. Might have been a Johnny, to be honest.
Did we do Jameson's Orange at the same time?
No, I bought that after.
Yeah, that was after.
Because it was disappointing. I was
Yeah,
lacking.
that was.
That was horrible.
That was way too citrusy.
That was the next stream we did together, and it was just so citrusy. I remember I gagged on the shot.
Yeah, I couldn't drink it and you couldn't shoot it.
Have you ever had a sip?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Was I not
Cheers.
supposed to though?
I was waiting for you to have a sip. What do you think?
It's gone down very, very nicely.
It's got a nice fruity flavour. Dave's now had Tullamore 12 in his mouth, Leona, so it means he's had something you've had in your mouth. Giggity. So there was something else. I can't remember what it was, but we were fucked then. No, it wasn't viable. Anyway, your final whiskey was Penderyn. Why Penderyn Madeira explicitly?
So, I mean, it's Welsh Gold for a reason.
It is.
I suppose partly for the nostalgia of the FIFA streams.
Yeah.
And partly just because, again, for the money, bear in mind this normally retails around £35-40.
Yeah.
You can get it on offer for under 30 sometimes. For the money, this is an insanely smooth, sweet, but not like too sweet
Yeah.
whiskey that is like kind of drinking nectar.
Yeah.
It's Welsh, which is just weird.
Yeah.
It's something completely different. But
Wild, whelming, and wicked. And I just
it
want to add
goes
something.
down so nicely.
The bottle we have on the screen is not the bottle Dave has in the Madeira. He has the original.
I have one of those as well.
He
in my
does,
parents'
yeah.
cabinet.
I had the original because I traded it with Dave because I didn't have any at the time. Penderyn for a Lagavulin 8.
Yes.
Now that was a fair trade because I had 2 because they were really reduced. I don't anymore.
Yeah, you somehow managed to get them as like end of line.
Yeah.
Yet they sell them regularly in my Tesco.
They sell them regularly now in mine as well. I'm like, but why? You were All right, fine, fair
It was
enough.
end of line, and they came back like 2 months later as a
I've still got the
standard
receipt.
thing.
I've still got the receipt for that. I'm at pin on the wall. But anyway, another reason he chose, I would say that the reason the Madeira features over the others is because you've drunk more than
And I've
Madeira.
had several
Yeah.
bottles all over the years.
Yeah, but
And it's only
Also,
very recently that
when he
I've
mentioned
completed the
FIFA, what he
Penderyn
means
collection.
is Penderyn Madeira became our second FIFA whiskey.
Yes.
Jameson's was first, Penderyn was second, Glenlivet Caribbean Rum Cask Reserve was third, and we haven't touched it in a while. Oh, you enjoying the smell?
Yeah.
He's having a good whiff of your Tullamore there, Leona. He's having a good sniff. Hello, how you doing?
Oh,
You meant to go.
Sorry.
You meant to do this. You look it up and down. And
how
you
you
go,
doing?
How you doing? Sorry. How you doing?
Hey, have you met Dave?
And he had a sip and he went, tell you what though, when you're slightly buzzed on black, that's all right. So,
So after like 4 doubles of black, that's
4? What was 5? I had extra. I had a bit of Philic as well, so
I've
yeah.
had 4 doubles. You've had
I've
4 doubles, the pour one out for your homie, and a bit of Philic.
4 doubles and a single, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the single of the Philic, haven't I?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm now going to move on to my list.
The
So
math has been done. But
I
yeah,
want you to-
Penderyn is just, it's one we've really enjoyed over the years,
Yeah.
and it's affordable.
Yeah.
It's punches above its
Don't
weight.
Biden that whiskey.
It punches above its weight for what you pay for it, and
Yeah.
it's just a lovely whiskey.
Just
and
a-
people, if you gave it to people, if they came around, they would be able to drink it.
Yeah, just a thing with the UK. I'm going to give you a brief price area for all but one. Jameson's standard, you can get for like 20 quid.
Yeah.
All right. Lagavulin, 70 to 80 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Talisker, 40.
40 when I bought the Lagavulin.
Green Label, 40.
45, fine.
I can get
Standard
for,
RP.
yeah, still 40 in
Yeah.
some places. Amazon, I think. Blue Label, 150 now. Yeah. Get Icon if you want to get a collectible bottle and then just refill. Elmore, 150 now, I believe, because it's up there.
130 I got it for, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's about 150
yeah.
now. Livet, 100
Yeah, it was about 80. It's gone up
it
a little bit.
was,
so
but that's because of the duty tax. Okantoshi, Okantoshin, Nocentoshan, all the other names. It's about 20 to 25.
I think it's 35 RRP, but most of the time it's on offer about 22,
Penderyn
25
sits
pounds.
between 25 and 40, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Value for money, I'm going to say now that every single one of those whiskies is worth it. I would say if you're not a snob, right, you'd remove Hibiki, Blue, and Cigar.
Yeah.
And maybe live at 18, but you know it's worth it because the 18 really is the selling point. That's the point. And Lagavulin standard is 16.
Yeah,
So
Lagavulin is a weird one because their standard is a 16-year-old whiskey,
and they only brought out the 8
and that's
because the
high for
yeah.
a standard.
The reason they brought out the 8 is because the 16 was too high in demand.
Yeah,
Problem is, the 8's not as good.
no,
And the Fate
you wouldn't
Eel-
expect it to be though.
well, the Fate Eels are like 10, 11, 12, or 12, 13, 14. You know, those age
Yeah.
ranges.
But they're different. So they're
Also very strong.
yeah.
I wanted the Bunnahabhain one.
A couple of them are cast strength as well. Aren't
They are.
Yeah.
They're cast strength, I believe. I wanted the Bunnahabhain one, but I've got a Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength that I want to try at some point. When we do our Bunnahabhain Good Time stream. Yes, I like the
they?
title.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
having
off.
a good time.
Bunnahabhain Good Time. Yeah. No one's going to realise what that means. It's going to say Bunnahabhain Good Time. Which is what we thought the pronunciation
Everyone's going
was.
to turn up and be like, "What are you on about?"
Just to be a dick, just the thing here. We, you're not far behind. Oh, fuck off. You're never going to
Oh
catch
dear,
up.
beware, chat. She's going to be pretty drunk.
She might send you nudes, and twerk. Are you happy with your list, Dave?
I mean, I had to. I mean, yeah, I got to a point where I had 10, but I wanted 2 other ones.
So we'll talk about those after mine, yeah?
Yeah.
How about that, yeah? You ready for my
Yeah,
list?
I think my list is.
Yeah? You ready for my list? A little bit different though, isn't it? Right, so you might notice here, one of them is in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Glenmorangie 10. Glenmorangie 10 is the very first birthday whiskey I ever bought. I still have it in the exact same box when I buy the box. Exact same bottle. I had to buy a box on eBay. Didn't I? I remember I went through a phase
Yeah.
of getting rid of boxes.
Yeah, you went for a phase of getting rid of boxes and rebuying them all.
Yeah, don't start me on that. It cost me like £100 to buy 20 of them. But Glenmorangie 10's been stream whiskey. We've done about 4 or 5 bottles in the last 2 years. I can't complain. It's a good whiskey. I gave a bottle to my dad today.
Yeah.
Because I had spares. I've still got 2 more of them laying around.
Yeah. He walked back to his partner and I've scored Morangi 10.
Yeah. I was like, Dad, do you want a bottle of whiskey? He's like, yeah. Like, here you go, some 10 then. And he showed it to his partner and I was like, it's a win. It's a win. I can't complain because I don't mind sharing.
And her response was, looked up from phone.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, it was. To be fair, we can agree here. Morangi 10's a good whiskey.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong. The issue I have with Morangi 10 now is, though, that the price for it in some places is almost as high as the La Santa, the 12.
Yeah.
Tesco have it like 40 and 50. And I'm like, well, I'll just pay the extra 10 for the La Santa then.
La Santa's going to be 45, 48.
Tesco's 50 now.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
I have a Tesco up the road, don't I?
Yeah.
50, 52. I'm like, bitch.
Creeping up, but
Yeah, it is because of the increased duty.
Yeah. That's
I think you have a few Morangis. You have the 10, 12, 14,
10, 12,
14 and 15, don't you?
14, 15,
Yes, it is.
Net to Door.
Yeah, because I got you. Oh, that's 12 as well. I got you the 15. I got you the 15.
Cad Bowl.
Yeah, it's 15.
And 14 Prince Reuben and the 14 Cad Bowl.
So for in January, I bought David Treat because I do it for my family. I bought him the Cad Bowl Estate second batch, which we tried on stream. Glenmorangie stream.
The one that was very much like biscuit.
Oh, it was good. Oh, it was so nice.
Which I debated putting in my list, other than the fact that I know that you can't get that batch now, so I couldn't.
No, you
I couldn't
can't.
keep it in my bar.
I have a Cad Bowl Glenmorangie that's batch number 3, and I'd love to match him just for a stream, just for fun. Like the shiggles of that alone.
I could find
You're
a
done
dram
for the
and-
night though, and F off you, and you F off. She's been very rude to us.
She is. I don't think that's in the side piece agreement. Banny's not here, but I'm pretty sure he will agree. You can't be rude to us.
I might cry and have a Dave sip now.
Oh, he's done it. He's done Dave's here.
It's not a shot.
Leona, look what you've done. You made him Dave sip the Tullamore.
That
He's
was-
regretting it. Listen to the suffering. You've caused this. It's all your fault.
That was not. It's fine. It's fine. No.
Wait 30 seconds to respond.
I might have another single afterward though. Anyway, Glenmorangie 10 I think is affordable. Is my first very nostalgic whiskey. It started me. It had to be first. It started me on my journey. By the way, earlier I said alphabetical order, and then I remembered I rejigged my list.
I was going to say,
I replaced some bottles.
I wasn't going to comment on that, but
Yeah, I may as well say it now. Disclaimer.
that one is definitely not below that one in the alphabet.
Fuck up. Fair, that shouldn't be here. So I rejigged my list when I was talking to Leona, oddly enough, because
This is all my
I
fault.
realised it's because I realised there's something that didn't quite work. I had something else here that didn't make sense. So Glenmorangie has to be first because every experience I've had with it's been good. Twitch streaming amazing. Dave and I've had good times with 10.
Giraffe pourer.
Oh yeah, we went. Literally, I made him drive me back to a Tesco. It's
Yes.
half an hour away, just so I could buy the one last bottle with a giraffe pourer. And yet I don't have a Morangi on the table that I can use it with because that was in a box.
Yeah.
So, you have Morangi 10, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah.
We both-
It was on my original 24 bottle list.
I will say, Dave and I both have it. Both of us have the different. I have both
Yes.
versions, but Dave has the original versions. I have my very first
I only
bottle.
have the original.
The very first bottle I bought as a birthday whiskey is the OG bottle over there. In fact, I'd be half tempted to have a glass of it, but maybe later. But it had to be that because I cannot not include it. Sentimental, nostalgic. Dave and I have good memories of it. It's a banging whiskey. For the money back then, it was like 30 quid. You can't complain, right? Next on the list is Lefroy 10, because that is a birthday whiskey as well.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking good one.
Yeah.
And it got Dave, I believe it was me that got you then to buy the quarter cask. Because you bought it
Yeah.
after I bought that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And that was I was a bit annoyed because it was better. But it wasn't much more expensive
No,
either. It was like
wasn't
£30,
intentional.
£35
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, it was. A quarter cask. To be fair, when I finish my 10, my next plan would be to buy either 10 sherry casks or a quarter cask.
Yeah.
but the 10, also the 2 went in the bin. But it was another one of those whiskies where you can't go wrong with it because it's an Isla, it's affordable, it's 10 years old, like the Glenmorangie. It's affordable, it's impactful. It's not a mixer, but at all. If you mix that in old fashioned, you are committing absolute blasphemy.
I just noticed your list is kind of in age statement order for a while.
It is entirely
Yeah.
age statement. Actually, that might have been what I did
Age
to
and
correct.
no age.
So I corrected it. I did the age and then I
10,
removed
10,
the age.
10, 12,
yeah.
12, 18. No.
Yeah, no 15. I may have made a mistake there, but I know where I made the mistake because there was something that was 15 and I took it out. It's fine. We'll get to it. Third on the list is Talisker. And as you notice from Dave's list, which I'm just going to pull back for a second, it's in the exact same spot. See? Same spot. Yeah, same spot. Dave's 10 is in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that wrong. Okay. Again, it was my 25th birthday, and I bought that as a birthday whiskey, the original version. And no, I didn't like it then, but it was also the very first time I got ID'd in a Tesco that's no longer there. And when I went past there, when I was waiting for you before the Trivium gig, first thing I said was, "That's what you get for IDing me, you bitch."
That one in St. Norwich.
Near the Guildhall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I bought it. I got ID'd by a lady, and it's not a sexist joke, of course not. But a bloke manager comes over and goes, "Yeah, he's old enough." I had my provisional with me, and she looked at it and went, "That's not you." And I'm like, "I had the exact same hair, it's just not straightened." I had to straighten the fringe. Remember I had to straighten the fringe because the wind?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Obviously, at that point, I'd grown my hair out a bit more, so I didn't have the fringe. Never thought of mixing the Freud. Please don't,
No.
because that's cancer. I think I might have once, when I lived in the Northfields. I mixed it in with some Dr. Pepper. I can promise you this. Mistakes were made. And because of that, I punished myself by drinking the whole bloody thing and making sure that when my body wanted to throw up, I kept it down. Because I refused to accept that I was deserving of being able to release that vomit into the world. That Paul Lefroy suffered an eternity of pain until it was digested. And it was my fault entirely. Don't ever mix the Freud.
Not a mixer.
Peated Islas aren't really that though, are they?
Peated anything doesn't really mix that well.
No, it doesn't. I'm sure there's a cocktail where it does, because I know like some distilleries like to on their Instagram they mention that mixes, and I'm like, motherfuckers, don't do that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get in on the gin.
They're trying to get in the cocktail area, aren't they? Like Morangi do it a lot, and I'm like, I want to comment. Your whiskey's not a mixer. How dare you? I just want to say to them, can you block us? Not with Cork. Blocked by Morangi. Blocked by Tullamore.
Yeah.
Nice to me. You know. But yeah, my first three, all 10-year-olds, all affordable, all consistent. That was the point. Do you have any issue with any of the three I've chosen so far?
No, I mean, Lefroy and Glenmorangie are both on my extended list before I cut it down.
I think, to be fair, it's a nice little contrast with yours, because yours started with an Irish, a Isla, and an Island. Yeah? I started with a Highland, an Isla, an Island.
Yeah.
To be fair, the second and third were pretty, like, in the same area, really.
Yeah.
It's just number 4 where I go, no, fuck you. Number 4, my 35th birthday whiskey. Bunnahabhain's 12, not Storada, which is the standard affordable. Bunnahabhain is an Isla whiskey. Bunnahabhain is mostly not peated. It is actually quite unique for an Isla because it is not peated. Now they do have unpeated, but as we've recently discovered, the Moigna is actually, which is their peated name, it's spelled M-O-I-N-E, Moigna, M-O-I-G-N-A, I think that's the pronunciation. It is peated, but this 12 is not, it's a sherry finish. Storada is their standard, and that is not as ex-bourbon, I believe. an oak of some kind. But the 12 was what Dave got me because basically a corner shop near me had a bottle of Bunnahabhain. I think it was a Storada. Well, Dave sent me that, and well, before my sister's wedding, we destroyed half that bottle.
Yeah.
Was a great day.
Yeah.
How good was your hangover? That's
No,
good.
I was still drunk when I got on the bus.
It was 4 hours. Fam, it was 4 hours. I woke up, my limbs were still numb, and I was like,
At least you're out of bed. I had an air mattress.
fam, it didn't mean shit. I'm an insomniac. I could have been sleeping on a tent pole without my arse. It would have meant nothing. But yeah, Bunnahabhain, I've got a bottle of it currently on my table there.
Yep.
As a stream whiskey. Which, if I had water, I'd be half tempted to have a single of.
Yeah, the only water we have is strawberry flavoured.
I'll take some. Swill, 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 swill.
I should finish my time. You shot yours.
You're not going to shoot it, are you? No. I'll have one more glass this evening, but I will make it the Bunnahabhain just because I want to make a point. A really important point. But I'm going to, because I don't want to pour it, I'm going to get you to do it, if that's okay. Because I don't want to pour too much, if that's okay. But I'm going to do something smart.
You're getting me to pour it.
In the jigger, yes.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm going to do this though, because I want to get that strawberry out of the glass. That's okay. I'm going to use my hoodie to clear the strawberry flavour. Yeah, that should do it. Oh, pop my anus one. Yeah, Bunnahabhain 12. It's one of my current Twitch whiskies. It was actually the very first one picked off my new batch. Do you know? Oh, that's on my finger.
Sorry.
It's alright, it's on my leg as well. Look, you pissed my leg with Bunnahabhain. Oh, fam.
That was a swift pour. I don't know how I got there.
Well, it's because it's a short stout bottle, isn't it?
True.
Have a smell of that. Now, Bunnahabhain 12, I chose it not just because of the wedding, but because it's a sherry finish. I've got a bit of a thing for them, and I will admit it's a bit of a bias because there's a certain richness you get from the flavours. Ranji did make a mixer though. It's horrid. No, it didn't. It never existed.
We don't speak of this.
That is blasphemy, heresy. Don't ever say it again. If you do, I will spank you in a way you won't enjoy. Bunnahabhain 12 though is the first age statement from Bunnahabhain. It's spelled Bunnahabhain.
No,
Which-
no, you've forgotten a H of... Yeah, another H.
Bunnahabhain.
Yeah, you forgot the second H.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, my mistake. My apologies. Thank you for the correction there, spelling Nazi. The point though is it's spelled not how it sounds. It's pronounced in Gaelic or Gaelic. It's a weird accent thing with Scotland and Ireland where they like to pretend they have different versions. And Bunnahabhain is absolutely fantastic. It was a great birthday whiskey. I've still got it, half empty. But it's now a Twitch whiskey as well with a different bottle, which I bought in Norwich recently. I also bought the cask strength 12, which I want to try at some point when we do a Bunnahabhain good time, which will be in 2024 at this point. Fiddick is next. Dave's going to suffer. He'll leave a bit of time to Vulin. We'll discuss it and debate it and work it out. He'll probably be like, I'm not turning up if you make me do Fiddick. And demonetised Amos.
As I say, to be fair, the best time you're going to get me to do Fiddick is the October one.
Yeah.
Because of the birthday.
Yeah,
I will
also
be
we have a gig the next day as well, don't we?
So I will be here regardless.
But yeah, I chose Bunnahabhain 12 because I've got multiple bottles. We've done a fair chunk. We've enjoyed it. I'd love to finish a bottle, which is why it's there. I want to finish a bottle. And I think it's really nice. I know Dave's had a few glasses. Oh, no, you did Jameson's instead of Bunnahabhain. I did Bunnahabhain, you did Jameson's? Yeah. So you don't know if you've actually had it. I don't think you have.
No.
I'll tell you what. Take your finger and just dip it in. Yeah? He's dipping his finger into my glass and he's going to taste it. It's official now, by the way. David has now officially tasted Bunnahabhain 12.
You can tell it's a sherry finish.
Just want to say, that expression you just did with your face, your mouth, and your tongue reminded me of the insect guy from Men in Black 1 when he's doing sugar water.
Sugar in water.
And he goes. She doesn't like that noise either. Yes.
I don't like any noise.
True, but caviar.
I'm pretty sure we could just go.
Are you doing Sheldon? Are you doing the acoustic, like, perfect
Yeah.
acoustic sweet spot? Okay, anyway, we're going to have on 12 because I think...
Moving on.
Another thing I wanted when I did my top 10. Hi, Rodline.
Shane wants a
Hope
tip.
you're well. Have you tried any high-end sake? Yes, well, not high-end. I've had sake at my housemate's 21st birthday in Northfields. Do you remember that?
Yes.
We used to...
I have a bottle of sake.
But the fun fact, it was off. I still did 4 shots of
I'm pretty
it.
sure mine's off as well.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure mine's off as well.
Well, the one I had then was off. But me and the housemate that had the Lefroy quarter cask, he and I did like 4 shots. We did some absinthe. The goal...
I remember us doing the absinthe for the
fire.
fire.
I have the things there still.
Yeah.
So the fun fact there was, the girl's mum, the person I live with, her, and her partner. You remember those two
She
people?
has earring issues. I mean,
You know,
if you have earring issues, take the earrings out.
stop putting penis in them. So you remember the person I lived with?
Yeah.
Right, her mum was there that day. Her mum wore a corset. Her mum
Seems right.
was my age now.
Yes.
And her mum looked... I wanted to make her call me daddy.
Her mum
Right.
is a word we can't say on stream for legal reasons.
She was a MILF, man. No, she was lovely. I liked her because she was lovely to me. They got me into World of Warcraft, actually, because they played it a lot, her and her husband. But she wore a corset and they were like, donk. But it was actually a fun evening because I trolled the daughter with balloons in the living room. I think you might have been there, weren't you? Because if you knew about the absinthe, you must have been there.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Because
Do you remember, you remember the mum wearing the
We had a
corset?
special spoon. Yeah, we had a special spoon.
Yeah, it was my
with the
spoon.
sugar, yeah.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
You assume you remember the corset, yeah?
Yeah.
It was a good time, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. It was jolly good.
Yes.
Yeah, splendid. I've still got some of that absinthe, by the way. Yeah, I still have it in one of the oil and vinegar test bottles. I put it in there. It's in my liqueur thing.
Yeah, they can have
But anyway, yes, so, oi. But yeah, Bunnahabhain has to be there, just because of memories. Also, I didn't like another thing. Bunnahabhain 12 did what Stirada. I do like Stirada, but I think that I got done in a little when we did a drinking session where we had the Isla peated box, and then Stirada was in there because Stirada 12, 18, Tok Akagar are not peated. And it wasn't Tok Akagar, it wasn't 18, it wasn't 12, it was the Stirada in the box.
Yeah.
It was an Isla peated box set. That was not peated. So I drank that and was like, that's not peated. And then went straight to another one and nearly gagged. For years, I hated the Stirada. I'm not really a big fan of absinthe, but I kept some because I wanted a memento. Next on my list, and it's in the similar area of Dave's, I'm just going to put it back on the screen. In the corner, yes, 15 and blue, I have the 12 because we've just done half a bottle.
Yeah. It was there.
Well, where the line is, yes. Maybe just over. We've done and emptied just over half a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label, which sounds about fucking right for us. Because fuck me, do we do Johnny Walker justice? That must be we must be the double digits, the bottle we've done over the
Agent
years.
Earth is having to hide behind other fuggles at this point in fear of the consumption. Oh. Yeah, that didn't go well.
He's had some Bunnahabhain and he didn't take it well.
He is now flat on his back. He's rolling around.
No, Johnny Walker Black.
He's saying, "Why, God? Why?"
I would have so much like Talisker, Morangi. Black Label had to be there because Johnny. Same with Dave. Johnny Walker Black. I'm sorry, but if ever there's a whiskey where Dave and I are just like, okay, let's have a drink. We did it this evening.
Yeah.
We've just done half a bottle plus of Johnny Walker Black. I've done a little extra Fiddick, a bit of Boona, and a bit of Tullamore.
Yeah.
It's been a good stream. Yeah, it's just
Black was probably of my 10. Black was probably 11.
it had to be,
Yeah.
to be honest, didn't it? To be fair, you've got the biggest collection of black. Not black. Maybe. No, biggest collection of Johnny Walkers.
Yeah.
Because I've got different bottles, but you've got the bigger, prestigious
Yeah.
ones. But Black Label, do you even have a Black Label in your cabinet?
I have, yeah, I've got one in the box and I've got one on the
Wait, so you bought a fresh bottle?
I've got one in the box and one on the shelf, and I had that one.
I have like 6 bottles of black. I got that one. I got the Highland Origin, the Isla Origin. Shit. I got a few others as well. Double black.
I've got black, double black in the main cabinet. I've got black on the drinking shelf.
Yeah, you do.
And I had a black at my parents', which that's the one that came from my drinking shelf. The one from my parents.
So, fun fact: there is a bottle of black in my room that's not open. Folsom Crown Royal. It's a good shot. Nice and simple, good mixer.
Very smooth. Yeah. Not a huge amount going on.
For someone that likes complex flavours, this is not the whiskey. But I would say it's not necessarily a bad whiskey, but I would say it's a whiskey that is suited to those who like to mix it in an old-fashioned or have a shot. It's fine. It's not a bad whiskey. There are bad whiskies, and we've discussed them. But Johnny Walker Black, to me, is arguably, I mean, based on the amount we've annihilated over the years, it might be the whiskey that has to be considered the one that is genuinely worth a cork.
Yeah.
To the point, when we realised this is called not worth a cork anymore, we went and got a cork from my cork bin
in it.
and put. I mean, it has to go on the other one next. You realise that, right?
I was going to say, I'm about to change the screw cap.
Everyone, listen carefully. ASMR time.
That is the screw cap being removed.
Oh my anus! But
I
yes,
feel like monetisation went out the window.
it's already fucked, mate. We've been.
And the cork.
Maybe we should find a tighter cork.
Has been inserted.
When we go to the cabin after this, should we look for a tighter cork? Should we do that?
We could.
Yeah. I mean, of the back, the Crown Royal bag has all the corks in. We can eat that flat. Yeah. So we have an empty bottle of black. It's got all the back to the cabin. It's the steak bottle, so we'll have to use this one next. Oh shit! What a shame. Oh no. To quote Dave, oh no. What a shame. How will we ever cope?
Yeah.
Boonahagen. This makes me think Boonahaven. Boonahaven. Think of those brothers that have a ton of plastic surgery. It possibly is those, to be fair. No bad stuff. Next on my list is a Singleton. Now, I have a collection of Singletons. I did have Malt Masters, it's gone. 12, 15, 18, and 21. I have 2 bottles of 21 because I won a bottle of 21, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Which Dave licked. I won it through a whiskey magazine, which no lie, not even joking. I want you to win one of them because I think it'd be cool to say you won a bottle.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if you won the Deanston set, how cool would that be? You'd have all 4 bottles, including the tequila cask. I want that.
Yeah.
I'd lick
And I could just tell my parents I didn't buy this.
Yeah, you'd be like, fam, you do what I did. I printed it out in the email with the spelling mistake in it. The spelling mistake says calm, doesn't it? Or clam or something?
Yeah.
Hang on. It says, can you please let me know by the end of the day if you're happy to calm this prize? Calm this prize. First line of the last bit. But I've chosen Singleton 18 because the Malt Masters is brilliant, the 12 is sublime, the 15 is a little dry, but the 18 just knocked my socks off. It, to me, felt like a cheaper version, but not cheap in quality, to live at 18. I thought that was good. It really did. It works. Also, the bottle's nice. That it's affordable as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I had to pay for an 18-year-old whiskey, I'd buy that because it's only 70 quid. I say only. Compared to like Live It, I'd rather save the 20 quid and buy that because it's not a compromise on quality too much. You've had the sample,
No,
you know I'm right.
It's very close, yeah.
It's not as, I will admit, the Live It 18 sits above. Hands down it does. You tired?
I am actually, weirdly, but yeah.
Drink more.
That's fine, yeah.
I saw you close your eyes a
Yeah,
little.
I shall have some agua and rehydrate and carry on.
Okay. I might need agua actually just to clear myself a bit. But yeah, I think the
stream must go on. As I
yeah,
said.
absolutely. We're smashing this. I felt that Singleton had to feature because not just the collection, not because I won, but because I think we did a stream. It went well. We've enjoyed it. I had it as a stream whiskey. I've not really had a bad experience. The 21 is a little dry as well. I found that if you had a tiny drop of water to it, the dryness disappears.
Yes.
And that annoys me. I don't like adding a drop.
We have actually, of late-ish, started adding a little bit of water to the
Yeah,
altar drown.
we did
here and
Moranges, didn't we?
Yeah.
The Taylor Forest, and we did it with
Yes.
something else. What did we do it with? It unlocked something. It changed it.
there. I know we did it on the Waterford one.
Yeah, we did. We did it with the Morangi after the stream, and I wish we hadn't, because we didn't. Once we did that, we realised how amazing it was.
I think
Clam
with
whiskey.
15 we did.
Yeah, we calm whiskey. That's what it was. Was going to ask if y'all needed the time check. No, because tomorrow I've got work, gym, and then we're just doing fuck all. I'm going to paint some wood. My wood.
I might have to paddleboard.
Get wrecked. I won't. Okay, so next is my. Now, there's a reason I put this one. It's a bit of a swerve, actually.
I was going to say, looking at that, thinking,
It's a swerve because I thought there were too many I thought we'd have similar. And I thought, okay, go to my number 11. Or 12, or 13.
Yeah.
Go there because it's a different region. Highland, Isla, Island, Isla, Speyside, Lowland. And I was like, right, that works.
yeah.
Because now I've got a little variety here. This is top 10 for a bar, not for my top 10 whiskies. My top 10 whiskies would pretty much probably all be Speyside. And then Nika 12.
What do you mean? Jonkerback Highland Origin, Jonkerback Lowland Origin, Jonker.
Speyside Origins, triple cask, sherry cask, standard, double black, yes. It'd just be a shot of everything.
Yeah.
But I thought Ilse Bay because I bought it in the whiskey shop. I made a tit of myself in that shop saying Octomur, which I redeemed myself recently when we spoke about it as a novelty, because I'm right.
Yeah.
It is a novelty.
Yeah, it's one that's interesting to have had, but it's one that you wouldn't really want to
Who finishes a bottle
Yeah.
of it, really?
It's
Like,
so
we need-
out there in terms
Yeah.
of the peat level. It's just, yeah.
Recladic have just taken the piss out of us. But
You have to be a bit of a madman to try that.
mad lad, absolutely. But Ilse Bay, this one in particular, this batch, sweet smoke. There isn't much I have that's smoky. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke in the Talisker and the Black Label, but not much. None of the others really have it. The Lefroy is peated. The others are smooth. Yeah, I thought it'd be a nice idea to have. I just thought I wanted to make sure that when I did it, because I'm not saying not digging at yours, of course, but yours. I felt that on mine, you're not saying yours is bad because yours is actually quite nice variety because you've got Japan, you've got Highland, Island, Speyside, Lowland, Wales,
Yeah.
and Godley.
And Lord John Marbury.
Lord John Martin, Gerald.
Don't yeah.
Gerald. That's the name of his seatbelt dispenser. I thought
True.
perhaps I didn't know yours. I made mine weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I knew. I said to you in the car. I said to you, I thought you'd go a little bit in Norwich when we went back from pizza. Not in the car. We were walking. I said, I think you're going to do a little bit more expensive than me.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, am I?
No.
But there was a reason because I wanted to make sure that so I clean a pub, and that pub generally is quite dull. And I thought, well, why don't we? You can always chew gum or suck on mint while you sip. No. Nothing wrong with a bit of water and whiskey. True, but I've always been a bit of a purist. So recently, our experimentation, Keelit. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Sorry, Kay. Your name is Kanan. I would admit I've always been a bit of a snob up until recently when I bought a really fancy pipette and realised my snobbery can include water now.
Yes, we elevated snobbery to the extent that we can
And
include
then
water in
after
it.
a stream of disappointment with Glenmorangie Taylor Forest, we added some water and sipped it afterwards and we're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, we were like, shall we restart the stream at this point?
Yeah, can we just go live again? And go, okay, everyone, if you listen to the Glenmorangie stream, can you just not?
Yeah, if you're still here, please disregard the last 20 minutes.
The Parla Cortado is still not great. It's a bit of a weird one. But the Taylor Forest, if you just have a drop of water, banging, mate. It's like mint. But yeah, Ilse Bay. Spelled Ailsa Bay. Like Dave Bay. All the sex. Name guessing it. Yeah, it's a strange
None
one.
of the
isn't
salt sprinkle.
it? Yeah. Next on the list, Jameson's. Moving on. Next. It has to be there, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It has to be. I actually put Bushmills there originally, and I was like, actually, I can't. Because even though I think Bushmills 10 is better than the standard Jameson's, I have more Jameson's. Jameson's has to be there. It has to be.
Yeah, you've got, what, 7? 6?
Jameson's,
Yeah.
standard. Black, over, crested, 18.
Stout.
Stout. I've forgotten already. Single barrel, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 6 in the cabinet, 1 up there. And I had the IPA as well, don't forget. We did that January stream whiskey. It has to be because they've never failed me. The overproof was a bit weird because it wasn't it was good, but it was a black bottle, ceramic. I do like the bottle. It was a swerve. Yeah. Remember, I presented it on the stream. I presented it to you and I went, "There you go, cask strength." And you're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Oh, let's drink that. Next on my list is my Japanese entry, Nika from the Barrel.
Yeah.
Any issues with that?
No, I have them all.
So do I. Christmas gift, and I come with a pourer, 2 glasses. We had it on a cask strength stream.
You got the fancy version.
Yeah, got rid of the box though. But I have the 2 glasses still. I can put it in my cabinet.
You're not getting rid of the boxes.
Yeah, but I was going through a phase, alright? I've stopped now.
Yeah, you did. You've grown out of that.
Yeah, thank you. Patronising prick. But yeah, I think Nika from the Barrel it's most one of those deceptive cask strength whiskies of the lot because it doesn't taste like it is.
No, it's 54%.
It's strong, but it's not so strong that it hits you.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
You're not pissed? You're having a sniff, aren't you? Okay.
Oh,
Is that because I took the cork away and you're like catching up on the sniffing? I'll do the same with my Bunnahaven.
I'm liking the
Oh, it's such
tunnel
a
smell.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that annoys me because it means someone in the chat there who might be a bit pissed is really happy that you're liking something she likes. Don't forget here.
She's right.
Yeah, but she likes big juicy plums in the mouth. And there's apparently plums on the palate as well. Cheers. I love these glasses. I'm going to do Meg sips for a little bit. Oh, Dave's doing accounts, everyone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dave's having a really good think here. It's good, isn't it?
That is.
Yeah.
There is. I don't want to say it now.
Don't say it.
There is plums.
Yeah, but are they as juicy as Leona likes in her mouth? She likes the biggest, thickest, juiciest. She wants to know that she's going to get a big load out of them.
Yeah, they are. I would say it's
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Juicy plum.
It's a really good. It's so I will say, the annoying thing about Tullamore, and I think to be honest, I'd say standard Bushmill, standard Jameson's, there are a few other standards as well, but they're screw tops. Is that they don't really come into their own until they put the cork on, until they age them, or they go down like in Jameson's part, black barrel, crested, single barrel to me is where they should start. Problem is, they sell so much of the standard, they don't need to. Same with Bushmills, which has recently hit 1 million sales a year, which is it's a big deal for whiskey.
Yeah.
Same with Tullamore, I'm sure they're catching up. But Nika from the Barrel, sorry, I thought I put it there and said Nika 12 because if I put Nika 12 down, I'm a dickhead. Hi, Hibiki 12. Although I would say my Nika 12s, even put together, are not worth as much as his Hibiki 12. It's not even a full bottle. My next one is a Penderyn like Dave's. So on Dave's, if you noticed, he had the Madeira. I chose the Legend because I've had 3 bottles since like Christmas or something. I bought a bottle cheap. My dad got me a bottle for Christmas. Oh, sorry, the chat. Yes, you're right.
Chat.
Sorry, I'm just gonna get it. Yeah. So Legend, it's one of the worst rated of the lot, and yet it is the smoothest. Basically. We went to Ramstein. My dad said, I got a bottle of Penderyn. He presented a glass of Legend to me. I sipped it and gave Dave what I call the look. It's like you need to drink this, you bitch.
Yes, Dave, who wasn't drinking much because he was going to have to drive at some point next day.
Had another drink.
Yes.
It's fine, you have plenty of food.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, McDonald's, which isn't food. Donut, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we had a glass of Penderyn, I had a double of that, and it was fantastic. I bought a bottle from Morrison's, I think.
Yeah, it went down well up to the coach bill.
Yeah, it did, yeah. I had a glass, I ended up with 3 bottles of Penderyn Legend. I've been sent a bottle off my wish list, I
Yeah,
think.
because
Oh, no. Yeah.
we went to Morrison's and you bought a bottle.
My dad got me a bottle for Christmas.
Yeah,
I think.
and we also went to Morrison's again and you bought another bottle.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? One was a stream whiskey. I gave one away to my dad because of the car crash.
Yeah.
And I've still got the one he got me for Christmas where he said, well, he was rather amusing in his response because.
The one that came with the security.
Yeah, the one that came with the security tag, and my dad responded with quite amusing, like, response of like, nah, times are tough kind of thing, of...
Yeah, not unusual, mate. Stole a bar of chocolate the other day. Inadvertently, to be honest. But we got it anyway. And what can I tell you? I'm on half wages now. I've got to save a penny where I can.
It's a laugh. It's a laugh at the end, does it?
It kills. You know, the funny thing is, I don't message people much. It takes me like 3 seconds to find that. That is just Dad, if you're listening, that's my favourite audio message I've ever played ever because it's so funny. I know we're not drunk.
It's just the way he laughs at the end.
Yeah. The thing is, I know he sat on his boat. I think it was at the time. He sat wherever he is, just having a good chuckle at the fact he's stiffed his son. With a security tag that's still on the bottle of Pandaren Legend.
Let's just not open the bottle.
I haven't opened it yet. No, I haven't opened it because I've got loads of open bottles,
Yeah.
haven't I? It is. Did you pick up honey? I got honey when I drink it right before I swap. Wait, what? Yeah, it's talking about blowjobs again.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. So my 10 are those, but if you notice in the image there's something there.
Yeah, your Tamna's greyed out.
Well, that's because that would be 11.
Yeah.
And I did it on purpose because that was my swerve. Tamna Vulin, Spanish Grenache. I was like, I didn't, to be fair, that would have been number 10. But I realised I had to put Tamna in the invisible, because otherwise it wouldn't be 10, which is this. This is 10. So Ilse Bay wasn't there originally. Tamna was. Jameson's wasn't, Bushmills was. And I was like, actually, no, this is wrong. There was a Lechik Rioja cask. I realised I can't put that there.
Yeah, that was on my expanded list.
But Nika had to be there because it made more sense. Because Lechik, I just don't have enough experience. The Tullamore. Oh, right. Did you pick up the honey? I got honey when I drink it right before I swallow. See, without knowing that, we think you're talking about using honey as lubricant.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with her, but...
Yeah. But this is my list. Now, I thought perhaps before we... oh, okay, that didn't close. We perhaps come back here and talk about those swerves, because you said you had some.
Yeah,
are you okay to do it, or are you
Yeah,
tired?
no, I'm fine.
Yeah? Alright.
Well, it's kind of funny. So, I worked quite hard to get my list down to 10.
So did I, to be honest.
But I realised there were...
I think 12 wanted to be in there. So did Pogues, Platinum, Bells, Teachers, Grants.
I don't know him.
Baver.
I'm here by protest.
Zubrovka. Well, that's not whiskey.
Yeah, so I basically got to a list of 12, but realised 2 of them I couldn't actually say because I don't currently own them.
So that was a prerequisite to... Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. If we were to do... Yeah, we agreed a prerequisite of you must own the bottle.
Yeah.
Or a bottle, and I don't mean sample. I mean... Because otherwise he would have gone, oh, well, I had Glenfarclas Class 40 sample. Yeah. No, you have to own a version of a bottle, even if the bottle's empty, because you've had it.
Yeah.
You could... because if I was going to do that, I could have gone with Tamna Vulin, Gordon MacPhail, but I haven't opened it.
No.
I know nothing of it. Go on, carry on.
So, one of them makes sort of sense on my list, one of them doesn't.
Yeah.
One of them is the Balvenie 12-year-old Doublewood. Now, this is a whiskey I've, up until very recently when I finished the bottle, always had in my cabinet. I just
Actually, you haven't replaced it, have you?
haven't replaced it, but this is a very, very nice bottle of whiskey. About 45, 50 pounds, so not extortionate.
It's actually a very affordable spacer.
Yeah,
Space Nights usually are affordable.
but it's matured 2 different oaks. It gives a very good flavour profile.
Yeah.
It's a very nice, very smooth whiskey, very easy to drink.
I actually have some in the hip flask behind the Johnny Walker Gold Label bottle. That's what I brought to Norwich and I still haven't drunk it yet.
Right.
So that's my travel thing for funeral for a friend.
That sounds like a good plan.
I've got you covered, bro.
Yeah. So that was one of my swerves, but I don't currently own a bottle, so I can't. Well, unless you class the dram that's in my infinity decanter, which doesn't really count. I don't own that.
It's
so
a blend.
I can't claim that.
Doesn't count. It's a blend.
And the other bottle is one that Meg owns,
Ooh.
which I don't. Which goes along with a conversation we had earlier.
Ooh.
Is the Highland Park Fire to go with my ice?
Bosh.
Yeah, because if I owned that, that would be in there because I think singularly as a person, I've had more of that than anyone else.
So it's not because
Due to
it's not because he's been
cooking
greedy.
steak slash
Yeah, it's not because he's been greedy. It's because I have offered it. I have had some. That's not to say, by the way, I've gone like I don't like it. No, I fucking love it.
yeah.
But I offer my drinks. I don't generally say, no, you can't have that. No, the only rule I have generally when it comes to my whiskey is the only ones I don't, unless they're not opened, the only ones I'm not okay people touching are the birthday whiskies because those are mine. Those are my whiskies.
Yeah.
Everything else, unless it's open, if it's open, it's fair season. Like those stream whiskies, they're all open.
Yeah.
Fair season. So you Tullamore.
Virtual.
Huh?
Yeah, virtual.
Sorry.
Yeah, virtually all.
Well, it's already open. That bottle.
Oh, okay.
I sniffed it. Remember in the cabin?
Fair.
Yeah, but we haven't actually had it.
Yeah.
But the point still stands. Unless if it's a sealed bottle, no. If it's a collection piece, of course, fucking not. That's why those two aren't opened. But that one as well.
Yeah.
But generally, my rule is if it's my birthday whiskey, that's mine. You know, that's my thing. You know. But if I offer it, fucking go for it. The January treats, it's a treat for a reason.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it to just sit there. I bought it because it's a treat I want to share with those I care about. Like my sex toy birthday. But the point is, it's just that thing. It's the point of I want to share it. And Dave, when the opportunity's arisen, I promise you this, like giving my nephew a donut and him just going, yes, and taking it, Dave has gone, you want Highland Park Fire? And he's just gone, he's already like a blur. You see a silhouette of a person in place. He's already run up to the cabin, got it, and come back. He's like, I've already poured myself a glass, mate. You said yes, didn't you? Yes? Oh, glorious. Splendid. I'm corking, smashing, sniffing. Oh, your bitch taste. Oh. He just loves it, you know, and that's fine. If I had to add a swerve, of course, I'd go more expensive as well. I'd probably include the Sinatra. I'd include the Macallan. I'd include the Nika 12. Yes, of course I would. Because, yeah. But then there's a difference here between top 10s that I think should be in a bar, which is what the point was, and the snob bar, which we did think about doing, but we didn't have time today. So if we were to make a top 10 now of a bar for snobs, I would actually take one of Dave's at least, but it has to be ones we own. That's the deal. Yeah? I take his Johnny Walker Blue. Number 1. Yeah? My number 2, Nika 12. My number 3, Singleton 21, of course. Yeah? My number 4, Jura 21.
Yeah.
And my number 5 would be Macallan and Night on Earth because it's just so biscuity. What would the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 be though? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sorry. Your 5. For snobs that you own, not the sample. Actually, we agreed on that earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Alright, go on then. Go on, say it, go on.
So, Hibiki 17.
6. 7. Yeah, 6.
Yamazaki 12.
7. Have you even tried that?
Yeah, I've had a
That's
sample
fine.
of it, yeah.
It
I
counts.
own the bottle and I've had a sample.
It counts.
Johnny Walker XR, 21-year-old.
To be fair, it's not
I've
expensive.
had a sample of it.
It's not even expensive.
No,
yeah.
but it's good. But you've already said blue, so
You're not even going to open it, are you?
maybe, no.
I hope you do, because I've licked it. What?
Oh dear.
Two more.
And if we're going, to be fair, snobbery, the cigar malt, to be fair, it fits into the snobbery category.
I'd be tempted to remove one of mine, to put my first class 105 in there, because that's got a lot
Yeah,
going
I mean,
on.
you have said that I can't include the Glenfarclas Class 40.
Well, you can take my class strength if you want. You can't have it, it's birthday whiskey.
How many are up to?
You've got one left.
Yeah.
My hands are fucking filthy from earlier.
Yeah.
I washed them as
You've
well.
added a couple, I would add.
What about your even though you've never opened it, your rare find?
I mean-
35. Hang on, what else do you buy then? You tried one.
The English.
No, the other one.
The
Actually,
Ardrey.
no, I've got a better idea. The one I gave you. Because that would be the Snobs Bar poor person's drink. Even though it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
he buys around for his friends and goes, right, well, I guess I'll have the electric then.
Yeah, I mean, see, that was on my list as well for my
Same.
original 10.
It
I
was.
Had to, yeah.
Yeah, it was on mine. Leola can confirm because I edited the image in front of her.
Actually, the Morangi Cad Bowl that I have, my batch. Yeah.
Your biscuit, amazing.
My amazing biscuit whiskey.
Oh, that's beautiful whiskey.
That'll be the other one.
That and Macallan together would be a bang.
See, I was thinking about my Macallan photographers, but
See, the thing is, we've had this discussion too
that
many
doesn't
times.
seem that's expensive, but it doesn't seem anything special.
We've
for the
had that
thing.
discussion many times. You bought it the night my mother died.
Yeah.
You
It
bought me a
was
bottle of
like
Gentleman
40
Jack.
quid.
You offered me one of them. I chose Gentleman Jack. Obviously, I chose wrong. No, I didn't. But the point is, you chose it.
Both were open.
Yeah, but you chose it because it wasn't at that point known as collectible.
No.
Now it's same with my Rich Oak Fiddick.
Yeah.
If I'd known that it'd become a fat bottle worth £200, I would have, of course, bought a dozen of them and sold them. Because
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
And then I would have
mine
bought,
was
like,
40
shitloads
quid,
of
it's
every-
now worth like 400 or 500.
I mean, I would have sold them or bought like a Boon and Half and 30. Like, I'm catching up, Dave. I'm 5 years behind. Yeah, that works. Okay.
Yeah, we could have done a very different stream where we just did
could have,
10
yeah.
very snobbish whiskies.
We could have, yeah, we could have. Absolutely, 100%.
Obviously, we thought we'd add that in, but yeah.
We didn't have time. Honestly, the barbecue and me doing outdoor work today, it was just a case of Dave was building furniture. We were buying meat. We were doing a lot of stuff today. And the cooking for introverts was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, we had a brilliant barbecue where there was myself, Meg, and one of the nieces, and everyone else was somewhere completely fucking
Yeah,
different.
next door neighbours who we invited over were here, though. Except for those who were meant to be here, like people who invited them. Anyway, I think we've reached the end because, yeah, we've done 3 hours 20. We've had a good conversation. I really enjoyed this. I think the next stream will be a Glenfiddich stream just to... We could have Tamna.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you what.
I'll
tell
definitely
you
be
what.
here in
No,
October.
no.
If you tell me that Glenfiddich is November, then I might go, I'm not feeling well. He's having a giant popcorn bottle.
Fine. Okay, ready?
I know.
Do you want heads to be Tamna or do you want heads to be Glenfiddich?
I feel like Phoebe. Heads.
Heads Fiddick, tails Tamna?
Yeah.
Tails, Tamna.
The coins are finally forgiven me.
The coin gods are on your side. You get Tamna Vulin stream. You okay with that?
Yeah, but that means in November I have to suffer through to Glenfiddich.
No, because November's different. November's the Cure stream.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Yeah. I
Okay
okay
with that?
Tamna.
You want to high five that?
I mean, Tamna was good.
We're not pissed enough to forget to click at least. Alright, you get. Oh, I should just grab one of these coins. What a fucking. I couldn't see around the glass.
I'm not pissed enough to forget to click. You're pissed enough to
No,
go
no,
all
no.
the way
I
across
just.
the room.
The glass is.
empty a
Look, the
bottle.
glass is obscuring my view. I can't. Tell me you can see through that.
Yeah, to be fair, if it's in front, you know.
Yeah. Alright,
thick
well,
glasses.
we've reached the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for being here. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed us being
Yeah.
absolute twats.
Thank you to those who did actually contribute to the requests for whiskey submissions and those of you who put forward
Yeah.
suggestions, even if some of them were Glenfiddich 12.
I was meant to put out a community post. I completely forgot because I was too busy today. I really was. Otherwise, we would have had more information. But I'll be honest, 3 hours 20 of us bullshitting is great.
yeah.
And we had a good laugh. We've had half a bottle of black. We've had I've had some Fiddick and some Tullamore to bring
Yeah.
at Harvard. We've had a good time. We're going to go chill out for a bit before we go to sleep. Thank you for being here, folks. Anything you want
Yes,
to say
thank
before
you
we
very
finish?
much, everyone. It's been fun.
That was good enough for me. We'll see you in the middle of October for Tamnavulin.
Tamavulin, pre-gig.
Leona, if you're not pissed enough, do remember to write that down so we don't forget, so we can replace it with a portrait.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good secretary. And